My check. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Angel Face. Welcome to the channel and welcome to the team. Glad to have you, guys. First off, let me introduce today's guest. Her name is Gabby, aka Gabriella. Hello, welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
How's your day today?
It is good.
Awesome. Are you able to see everything? Are you able to drag zoom one side and then see the stream on the other side?
I can. It's just that on one screen, it's like a second or two ahead. So it's
That's okay. Don't even focus on the.
okay.
Yeah, because there's always gonna be a delay. There's always gonna be
Got
a
it.
delay for sure. Yeah. You're good to go. All right. So today's topic is the main topic. The main one is why is rejection important? All right. We're gonna go into that the second half of the stream. But right now, let's get to know you a little bit, Gabby. So tell me about you.
Yeah. So I live in Washington State.
Okay.
I am a certified life coach. I became a life coach last year, and
Congratulations.
thank you. It's amazing. It's been an amazing journey. I've learned so much. I always say this, but I don't think anybody can pay me enough to unlearn everything that I have learned in these last few months,
Okay.
because it's just changed my life completely. But yeah, that is my passion,
Okay.
and I currently am working in the law enforcement field. I am not an officer, but I am kind of like a support for officers. I still handle like the low priority kind of calls.
Okay.
I speak Spanish, and so sometimes I will go help interpret those difficult calls as well. So I've kind of had like a bit of experience with just, problem solving ever since I was young. People would come to me for advice. I was always a really mature kid for my age, and so people would just come to me. So it's been awesome to kind of make a career out of this and be able to help people in ways that better their lives.
Do you feel like you have like a gift, like a calling? The fact of the matter that people keep gravitating towards you, or just like, please
For sure.
help me.
For sure. I feel like I discovered my purpose early on mid last year. So it was just like, it was an amazing moment, because I felt like there was just so many signs telling me to do this, that I had to do this. And so it took me a while to actually listen, but once I did, it was like, okay, this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm so passionate, and I love it. So yeah, I definitely think it's a gift that I had been developing, but I'm finally able to use it like properly.
Okay. For those of us that do not know, what's a life coach, and what do you do?
That's a great question. So a life coach, I feel like an easy way for people to understand it is that it's kind of like therapy. But instead, when you go to therapy, they focus on your past and trying to get you, usually it's like trauma based, or it doesn't even have to be trauma based, but they focus on the past to try to get you to a more functional state. And I feel like life coaching is like the next step to that. So life coaching is when you're functional, you can hold a job, you have everything you need to be able to survive on your own, but then you want to make your life even better. So and that, I feel like that's just like the general life coaching. There's a lot of things that you can specialize when you're a life coach. So different certain kinds of things. So I love like the business side of life coaching, just the general life coaching as well. But I feel like I'm going to be specializing in just the dating and relationship topic, because I've always loved talking about relationships, and it's just
You and I are
something
gonna get
that,
along just fine then.
yeah, I love to talk about it, and I have my own views on it, right? And so I just and obviously they're not for everyone, and that's totally fine.
Well, that's why you're here. We want to hear them all. Okay.
Yeah.
We want to hear them all. Bring on the filthy. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if for anyone who wants to get into to be a life coach, what do they have to do?
That's a good question. So I don't know if people know this, but you actually don't need anything to be a life coach. It's not really a career that's been regulated yet.
Okay.
And anyone can call themselves a life coach. So it's really important, if you are looking for a life coach, to talk to them to see what kind of training they've had. Because the first training that I took to become certified, it was just like this online course that took me not very long, and I did not learn very much.
When you say not very long, are you talking about minutes, days, like hours?
Maybe
what do you
like
mean?
hours. Like
Okay.
I took a few hours, like and spread them out, but it wasn't very long. So it did help a little bit, but it was like, okay, I still don't have the techniques. I still don't have the practice. I still don't,
Okay.
Still a little bit unsure about it. So I registered for another course, and this one is a much longer course. It involves, actually practicing with real people and stuff like that. So just because someone says they're a certified life coach,
Okay.
does not mean anything. So that's a good thing for people to know.
Tell me a little bit more about the practicing with the real people. What was that like?
Oh, it's amazing. I actually had the opportunity to even practice some relationship stuff with my parents,
Okay.
and especially with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
So in my culture, I come from Mexico. I'm Mexican. So in my culture, it's a big thing to be a macho man, right?
Yeah,
So
machismo. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Understand.
Men don't show their emotions. They don't really tell you how they feel.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of just bottle it up, and then it becomes anger, and then one day it just comes out. And
Which has a lot of things. I don't mean to sidetrack for a second, but
oh no, go ahead.
being macho, the whole machismo and like being feminine, those things that are culture based has a lot to do with dating and relationships. Because
yes.
exactly what you just said, we keep our emotions in, we let it bottle up, we don't fester it out. That's usually a huge problem at times when it comes to dating, when it comes to communicating your feelings to the other person. We'll definitely go back into that 100%. I'm gonna make a note for that. But yes, it's absolutely important. Josh, man, welcome back. Good to see you. Okay, so your job sounds exciting. Really, really excited. It is.
It is.
So let's get right into it, okay?
Yeah.
Just dating itself. Give me 3 really, really big tips when it comes to dating. What's out of everything that you've learned, what's the biggest 3 tips?
That's a really good question. So I feel like one big tip is like to just have clarity on the reason why you're dating. So just be clear on what is the reason why you're dating. Some people date for different reasons, right? And that's totally fine. As long as you know exactly what you're trying to get out of it. There's some people that just want to have fun. There's some people that are looking for a spouse.
Will, welcome back. Welcome back.
So it just depends, what intention you're doing it with, and to go into dating with that intention in mind, right? So I feel like
when you say dating, like intention, are you talking about, hey, I'm looking for something casual, I'm looking for a relationship, I'm looking for a hookup? What do you mean specifically? Any of those, or you just something else?
Yeah, no, all of that. Like there's people that are, they're going to date for different reasons. So, and all of those are valid reasons, the ones that you just said. But just to know that also, I feel like it's fair, right? To let the other person know where you're at.
I agree.
Because things can go sideways real quick if you're not on the same page.
Okay.
And so yeah, that'd be like number one, is just be clear and be honest with the person, right? Like if you're just trying to have a good time, tell them you're just trying to have a good time.
All right, now
right?
I'm sorry, Gabriella, I'm gonna have to come at you right now. All right, now I'm gonna give you 2 instances: online dating versus in person. right?
Yeah.
Have you personally met someone, like, let's just say you're sitting at the bar or you're just out, right? You meet someone in person and you know you guys are being flirtatious. Either he comes over being a little flirty to you or you go over being flirty. Have you ever said right off the bat what your intentions are?
Maybe not like in a social setting, like on a first time. I can definitely pick up on it. You can tell, right? Like if they're really just,
or is that being presumptuous? I'm just asking because
it
picking
could
up.
Be. It could be.
You know, yeah. So which one? What do you think it is?
For sure, it could be. I just think that like if you, and I feel like attraction is a huge thing, right? But also the way that you, because I can be a flirt if I want to, but I am not like that with everybody, especially if I have no interest in them. I'm like, no, this isn't even worth it, right?
Okay.
So I feel like I'm pretty clear when it comes to that stuff.
You're clear as in you're verbal, or your body language is pretty clear?
Oh, body language too.
Okay. Joey,
body language,
welcome back.
Yes. Body language and how you're speaking to the other person.
Ah, okay.
I've also had some kind of training in reading body language and stuff like that.
NLP?
And so, not NLP, but just like even like facial expressions and that's been really, really helpful.
Okay. So wait,
spot a liar.
I love this. Okay, let's do a before and after, right? Before all the training for life coach and after training for life coach, just talking to people or even dating itself, how has that changed for you? Especially when it comes to reading their facial expressions, body language, listening to their words. How has that changed for you?
It's changed completely. Like I cannot, and it's interesting because I think about this often. I'm like, I'm listening to them talking about this and my mind is thinking like, I'm processing what they're saying, you know, like I'm not, I just have a totally new perspective on everything.
Okay.
And something that this coaching thing has brought me is more compassion for people and no judgments, which is weird because some people, when I told them that I wanted to be a life coach and everything, they're like, oh, so you're going to start judging people. And it's the complete opposite.
You see, this is why I asked you to explain what it is, because you don't know what you don't know. And
right.
Okay.
Right. And you think like, oh, they're going to be telling you your problems and then you're just going to judge them and be like, oh, you know, but it's totally not like that. So it's like the complete opposite, which was a huge insight for me because I had no idea. I didn't even know what a life coach was, to be honest, when I first encountered it. Like I started listening to a life coach and she was just shifting my perspective, changing my mindset. And I was like, whoa, like this actually makes sense. Like I'm mind blown. Like what the heck? Okay. Like, why didn't I think of this? You know? And so that's what got me interested and wanting me to learn more. Obviously she was, I didn't agree exactly with everything that she said, but there was one thing that she said that I will never forget. And I will always tell everybody that even follows me or my clients is take what's helpful and leave what's not. And also like, if you are not learning if you are learning something from this and you disagree with me on something, are you going to stop listening to me just because of that one thing you don't agree with, or are you going to continue to listen to see what else can help you? And so that really stuck with me because I was like, yeah, of course. So I would listen, and if there was something that I didn't agree with, I would just, you know, in it one ear, out the other. But I would continue to listen and just learn what I could. And obviously my beliefs, my values were different than hers, but I would apply all that stuff to my life and my beliefs and my values.
Okay. And I'm guessing you apply that to relationships and dating as well.
Yes.
Take what's helpful.
Absolutely.
Because, come on, people talk a lot, and unless they're giving out good information, it comes through one ear and goes to the other, right? So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now that's freaking awesome.
Another tip that I have for dating. Well, if you're trying to date for a relationship.
Give me 1 second. I know you just said a lot of things for the first one. How would you summarize the first one? Like, give me one sentence.
One sentence for the first tip would be have clarity and intention on why you're dating.
Okay.
And and be honest with it.
Okay. Thank you. No, sorry. Number 2.
Yeah. So the other thing, so if you're dating for a relationship, I think it's really important for you to not get attached. As weird as this seems, you have to be able to think, my life can be awesome with this person, and my life can still be awesome without this person. Because if you start to think, I love this person, blah, 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 you get attached and then they become your everything. If that relationship goes wrong, then it's like, oh, my life sucks. Like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to find anybody, blah, blah, blah. But no, that's not the case.
Okay. I like that. That's a very good one. It screams individuality a lot. Like, be happy alone, and then you can be happy together. So that's what it's screaming to me right there.
A relationship is supposed to make you happier, not happy.
Okay. A lot of people don't notice the difference. They're like, what?
Right. And then, you get into these relationships and thinking that they're going to complete you and they're going to, give all of this. But then when you're in that, what am I getting? Yeah. You forget to give too. So in my perspective, when you are in a relationship, you are supposed to be giving. Don't be counting like what you're getting back. Don't be a taker. You want to be a giver, because that's how you will also build a good relationship with the other person.
Let's be honest though, right? Joe, welcome back. Not everyone can be a giver. It's just not in some people, right? But what sucks is that you don't really want to date takers either, because then you're going to be empty, right? Yeah. They're not filling you up. They're not adding value. So
exactly.
All right, let me be more specific. What would you say to people who find it hard or harder to be givers? Austin, welcome back. And Austin says, preach, by the way. Preach. You're preaching, girl.
So when you say that not all people are givers, what do you mean by that? Because I don't think there are people that are not givers.
That's fine. All right. Let's think about our lives right now, right?
Yeah.
How many givers and takers do you know? Do you know more givers? Do you know more takers?
Oh, I know that there are way more takers than there are givers.
Okay, so let's focus on the taker then. What are they giving? Again, I'm not speaking for the whole world, just you.
Yeah.
What are they giving you? Because to give you something means to add value.
Right.
So that's my question. What would you say? You don't have to say whoever's name it is or anything like that. We're not putting anybody on blast. But what are they adding value to? Go.
So I think that a huge piece of that too is also what we talked about earlier, is like you being happy with yourself. Because if you are happy with yourself, it's so much easier for you to give to other people. And so if you, let's say your example of if you're not a giver, it's because you're missing something. It's because there's something inside of you that you need to fulfill. A need that you need to meet that you're not getting, because if you're not complete, then you can't give.
Oh, chat, did you hear that? that gave me tingles right there. If you're not fulfilled, you cannot give. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. But come on, let's be honest. There's a lot of people out there in the world that's not fulfilled.
Absolutely.
There's a lot.
Absolutely.
And it's a process, right? You're always looking to be fulfilled. You're always looking for happiness. You're always looking for that thing that's gonna make you, So, whew.
Why do you think I chose to be a life coach? Because I'm like, there is so much need for this.
Yes, I see. Now you go, girl. I like that. I
Yes.
like that, Gabby. I really do. Gabby, let me go to chat real quick.
Yeah.
Joe, welcome back. Joe, he said, where does Mike find all these cute girls? Well, Joe says you're cute.
Thank you.
If I'm correct, you said you're single, correct?
Oh, yes. I'm
Joe, she's on the market, Joe. So go follow her Instagram, follow her TikTok, sliding those DMs, Joe. Austin is saying a lot of amazing stuff, man. All right, so Austin's, are you able to see the chat on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. I love the fact that he said, yes, you have to be 50-50 partnership. Love that. But a good relationship is 50-50. Agreed. You have to value prior.
So I'm going to go a little further on that one, on the 50-50. You both have to be 100-100. Because if you're not 100, you have to be your best self, and they have to be their best self in order for it to be, obviously for me, it's like, if you both are at 100, you guys are going to have an amazing relationship.
I need more, because in my head, elaborate a little bit more. Give me a little bit more, if you don't mind.
Did the math confuse you?
Yes.
No,
yes, a little bit, because I guess I don't know when they say you have to be 50-50 in a partnership. I think what Austin is saying is that we own a company and we're both 50-50 in it together, right?
Yes.
This relationship is it's ours, right? There's no one person above the other, and we're both responsible for it, right? Now, what I'm hearing when you say you have to be 100 now is that you give it your all. But for me personally, I know I have a huge time making relationships, like not relationships with friends, making like a partnership relationship 100%.
Romantic relationship?
Yeah, romantic. Thank you. A romantic relationship, 100% priority, because I value work and success more than I value relationships. Because I'm gonna just be straightforward. Relationships come and go.
That's good.
You lose people.
Yeah.
You lose people, but when you're building a company, building an empire, I'd rather lose one person than lose $500 million, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I'm like I want my fulfillment. My fulfillment would be my dream, my goal, my success, more than a person. You know what I'm saying? That's always been my biggest issue. So
I do
when you say it has to be 100, it's a little hard to give 100. So talk to me.
But why do you have to separate your partner from your business side? They can be supportive. They can,
because time.
But
simple, quality time is one of the love languages, right?
It is one of the love languages.
You have to sacrifice time for someone.
But it's not.
Hold on, you're breaking up.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like 24/7.
Okay.
Is this better?
Yes. Sorry, you were frozen for a second. Continue. Gregor, welcome back. Gregor, welcome back.
I lost my train of thought. But I don't think that you have to separate your relationship and then your business side of things. There are a lot of successful couples that they're building their businesses together, or not even the same business. They can each have their own, or one person can be doing theirs. But I feel like it's just not a negotiation, but like a compromise with time. So obviously I'm not the type of person that needs to have the other person with me all the time. I like to have my space. I like to have, I have my own business, so I'm working on my own thing too, right? I need that time. I need that space. I want somebody to be doing the same.
If you don't mind, I want them to. A slight personal question. What's your
Yeah.
love language? Your top two, as in like, how do you like to receive it?
Quality time, and my other one is, oh gosh, remind me of them. It's acts of service, words of
Gifts,
affirmation,
your
and
affirmation.
physical touch.
Yeah.
So quality time and physical touch.
Okay. The fact that you said those two go hand in hand. The more time we spend
Yeah.
together, the more I'm gonna want to touch you, right? So,
Yeah.
and you said quality time, but you also said you don't need to see the person a lot of time, a lot.
You don't. As long as the time you do have, it's quality time when you two are having that time, no distractions, like it doesn't mean that you need to have a lot of time. It just needs to it just means that you need, when you have that time, that it's something that you both enjoy, that you two really connect
Okay.
and enjoy that time together.
Okay. I see. I see. I see. Austin says both her time. You're correct, Austin. You're correct. Um, Austin says to read up and let him know what you think. I think right after the 50-50 is relative. No, 50-50, but a good relationship is 50-50. Yeah.
Gotta be happy with yourself. Yep. Both have to be in equally. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they both have to be in equally, because when you start to get those relationships where, one person wants to be in it and the other person doesn't, it's just not going to work out.
Agreed. Agreed. Chat, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free. Once again, Gabriella is a life coach. Any questions pertaining to relationships or dating? I know.
Take advantage.
Yes, we're here. Okay, we're absolutely here. Any topic whatsoever. We're going to go through a few topics ourselves, and then we're going to get to the main topic, which is which is in the title. But whatever you want to know, guys, please use us. Okay. Wow, you said a lot of good things. I like this. There's a lot to learn. What would be your third tip now?
Yeah, definitely. My third tip. I don't know that I have a third tip. I think it's like, I guess, just love yourself and be confident in who you are so that you can show up as that person. So do the work for yourself, so that you can really just show up as that person. And this is, I say this to everyone that's single, that are in like my clients, like, you want to take this time that you're single to become the woman that you want to be for the other person. So to use this time and take advantage of, becoming that person that, when people like write their list, like, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be that, like, use this time to work on that. Not saying that in a relationship you're not going to have to, you're going to have to probably work twice as hard. But just, take advantage of this time when you're dating. Like, I love meeting people. I love hearing people's stories. I love hearing their perspectives, because you just learn so much when you take dating as a learning opportunity. You learn so much about what you do want. You learn so much about what you don't want too. So
agreed. That was one of my biggest tips. One of the best things I love about dating is what you learn, what you like, what you don't like, what you're into, what you're not.
Exactly.
I agree. I don't know if it's me, but I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties with the video. Do you mind closing the call and then jumping right back in? Is that okay?
Yeah, I can do that on Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay.
It keeps freezing. That's why. Technical difficulties, chat. Technical difficulties. She's jumping back right in though. Guys, how you feeling so far, man? Gregor, what's going on, my brother? Finances, joint accounts, separate account, which span, individual savings, looking good, sounding good. Don't let financial support from each individual rule a relationship. Okay, you can make more than other. We're gonna talk about that. Austin. Give me a second. I'm waiting for it to jump back in. Austin, we're gonna talk about dating someone that makes more. Boom. There you go. We're good to go.
Let's see if this is better.
Yes, yes. For some reason, I don't know if it was an internet thing, but it just kept freezing for a little bit. So I want
maybe.
it to be clear. So for future references.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Are you able to see what Austin says about finances? How do you feel about all those?
Finances, joint account to take care of bills, separate account for what you want to spend, and individual savings that the other can't say anything about. Don't let financial support from each individual rule a relationship. You can make more than the other. That can be spiteful. Money isn't everything.
Yes, Austin. We're
Yeah,
definitely looking to duels.
I don't know what I don't know if there's a question there, but
Oh, I think what
I
he was.
do like the fact that, he's saying can't get little man syndrome due to finances, be proud for the other. I think that's really important. If you're supporting each other, doesn't matter. I mean, I know people that the female makes more money than the male, and then vice versa. I mean, it's just
Honestly, that's
the
one of
way
our
things are nowadays.
subtopics. To put simple,
Oh,
yeah, that's one of our subtitles. I love that we're like going right into that. Dating someone who makes more, right? Now, gender roles from the past, right, says, the man is usually the breadwinner and
yeah,
the woman takes care of the household, right? Well, times have changed, right?
yeah,
Women equality is becoming a lot more, right? And we're
hmm,
getting to an age where men and women are being paid the same, right? It's not
yeah,
quite there yet, but it's getting a lot better, right?
right.
So I'm, we're not speaking for most women right now, right? But we'll just speak for you. Are you comfortable dating someone that makes a lot less than you do, but
Yeah,
they're happy? They have everything else. Hold on, they have everything else. They're an amazing person. They're
yep,
loving. They're compassionate. They're communicative, but they make a lot less. Are you personally comfortable being the breadwinner in this situation,
I am.
and why?
I am because I am not, I've never really been a person that glorifies money. I've always had really good jobs. I've always um had my money in the bank. Like I don't need a man for that, right? But so I don't even look for that in someone. Obviously, if if they're ambitious, if they have goals, if they have dreams, I that's one of the things that I do kind of value just because I'm in that same mindset. But if someone's going to love me and treat me the way that I want to be treated
Mm-hmm.
and, just check other boxes, that's
Okay.
enough for me.
So just to be safe, it's not a deal breaker for you whatsoever.
It's not.
Okay, so like for example, we're on a date and you're like, "Hey, Craig, what do you do?" I'm like, "I'm a janitor. I make about $40,000 a year or something like that." Um,
Yeah.
do you ask more about that? Is that how do you feel about that?
I definitely would. I mean, I dated this guy who had a job not like that, but it was not very promising for the future. And so I asked him, like, what are your goals? What are you? And he
He's
was,
like, honestly, I'm living very comfortable. I have a nice apartment. I have a dog. I'm good. I don't need to chase more. I'm
yeah.
I'm very
So
comfortable.
yeah, so that's one thing that I don't like comfort. I don't like being staying in your comfort zone.
Hmm.
So it doesn't mean go make $1 million, but it means don't stay where you are. Don't stay stuck.
What if I'm very happy being a janitor?
Then that's
Cause
amazing. And that just comes to show that happiness has nothing to do with what you have and all of that. It's all in your mindset really. But when that's one of the things that I value. Now, not everybody is like me. There's a lot of people that like comfort, they like security, they like all of that. And so when I say there's no judgment, there's no judgment. There's so many people like that. They like their 9 to 5. They like knowing that they're going to have a paycheck coming and all of that. So I feel like there's people for everyone. But me personally, I don't like staying in my comfort zone. Even myself, I challenge myself.
So you don't want a deal breaker for you is that you don't want to be with someone who's comfortable or who is in the comfort zone.
No goals, no ambitions, nothing like that. Okay. That's been pretty clear. I think in all of my relationships, it's been.
Even if the guy says, "Hey, actually, I've hit my goal. I've grown up in such and such household where I never had a place to myself. I hit that goal. I have a place to myself. I have food on the table. I have all this stuff, right? But I don't want more. Do I want to? Maybe I'll do side hustles. But I'm happy. But again, that's just his job. But he's amazing everything else.
Yeah. So I feel like that's it's a tricky one too, because just with anything else, if you are with somebody that's like that, it's easy for you to start to want to get comfortable, for you to, kind of go down to their level as well. So it's a slippery slope that me personally, I'm just not willing to go down there, because I've been there. Honestly, my first big relationship, that's why it ended. He had no real ambitions. He had no goals. He was slowly starting to just spiral down, and I ended the relationship, and it was hard. It was my first real heartbreak. But then, a couple years later, I found out he's doing really, really good. And it just made me so happy, because I was like, I am so glad that you bettered yourself. Because even though it was a deal breaker for me, it helped you in your next relationship.
I love it. I'm going to go to the chat real quick. Kathy, welcome back. Listen, Austin agrees. Comfortable is a deal breaker. Always strive for more. And I agree as well. I've always had the same comfortability equals death, right? And especially when it comes to relationships, right? And you can apply this to relationships. You can apply this to jobs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The moment you start becoming too comfortable is when you stop trying as hard, right? Yes. And Gabby, come on, let's talk. Let's open up a little bit, all right?
Yes.
We know how it is. You remember, like the first 6 months when it comes to dating, you're trying so hard to win the person over. You're doing all the big romantic things. I like to say the first 6 months is when you're dating the person's customer representative, right?
Oh.
You're dating a version of themselves. You know what I'm saying? And then 6 months,
best version.
Yes, exactly. Right? And then come on, 6 months down the line, little stuff starts to, no more good morning messages here and there. No more I'm thinking about you. No more. Let's go on a date. Let's have a date night. You know what I'm saying? Then those little things starts falling off, and then you know what? I'll even go further. Even with sex too. Like before, you guys are doing 5-6 different positions, and now y'all just doing 2 every single day. Just exactly.
Too.
There you go. You know exactly what to expect. Oh, what is that called? Relationship gut. You're like, babe, your cooking is delicious. It's But you know what? Can we skip the gym today, babe? Can we just lay down, watch a movie? You know what I'm saying?
And you get comfortable because you're like, oh, he or she loves me, right? We're in a relationship.
You love me no matter what. She's still having sex with me.
Yeah. So.
It's like, babe, why do I need to get a six-pack?
I don't like comfort.
There you go. So I agree with you. Comfortability is death, right? It's not cool. It's not cool at all. All right? Yeah. So I 100% agree. Yes, Austin, you're completely right. Material things do not buy happiness. I agree. And I believe Gabby has agree with that as well. I don't care what anyone thinks. Self-happiness is achieving by setting goals for yourself, putting you in a position you want to be. I like that. I like that.
Austin, I have a question for you. Why do you say that you do it for the children? Like, what do you mean by that?
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Do you mind repeating it one more time just in case if Austin is here?
Yeah, Austin, I just your comment where it says I do it for the children, and where you say that you love mopping, sleeping, and taking the trash out. I want to know what you mean by you do it for the children.
Okay. Awesome. So yes, I like that. I like how we talked about accountable. That was one of our topics. Tell me something. What do you think is the biggest struggle when it comes to dating?
That's funny because I feel like if I've actually tried to ask women, but they say that men are the struggle. But
Go. Okay.
But
That doesn't sound like someone who's being accountable. FYI.
exactly. No, I am totally on your side with that one. I truly, truly believe that if you think the struggle is are men, you have something that you need to heal. You have something that you need to fix inside of you.
You know that society does that too, right? So, like, come on, let's be honest. In most TV shows, culture, and all that stuff, whenever something goes wrong, the first person to blame is the guy. Oh, what did he do? Did he mess up? Did he cheat? Did he do this and that?
Yeah.
Right? It's like, what did you do, bro? Come on, man. Let's think about it. There's like so many TikToks about helping dads, helping the fathers. Like, oh, your wife is mad at you. All right, let's figure out. Let's see. You know? I'm like,
Yeah.
but what about the woman too? Like, come on. It goes. A relationship is 50-50, right? You can't all be the guy.
Yeah.
You got to be more accountable.
Yeah, and unfortunately, so one of the things that, I feel like women are upset with men because of the way that they are, and I might ruffle some feathers here, but I feel like men are the way that they are because women have let them be that way, and they just let them get away with things, and they don't put a stop to things when they need to.
Does that come with setting your boundaries? When it comes to
it does, for sure, yes, because once you allow a certain behavior that you're not okay with and they continue to do it, it's like, and then you're all of a sudden like, oh, they're the problem when you did not enforce your boundary.
So you're saying that people do little things to test the water to see like how he or she is gonna respond to such and such, and if they're receptive, they're gonna sort of, it's, you know the saying, you give it an inch, but they take a mile.
What is it?
It's the saying is, I give you an inch, but you take a mile.
Yes.
So is it similar to that, where it's just like, listen, I'm giving you a little leeway, but now you're taking full advantage of it, and that's not what I'm here for.
It could be, yeah, it could be.
Okay. Kathy says, her biggest struggle in dating is finding a person who isn't out to get sex.
Who isn't just out to get sex.
Yeah.
So trying to find a relationship, really, trying to find someone who one of my offers for my coaching programs, there's finding true love. So I help women find true love because, and she's saying that she's having a hard time, finding someone who isn't just out to get sex, and that's true. There's a lot of men that they just want to have fun. They just want to go out dates. They want to hook up. They want to just, have fun. And I feel like when you have that experience with, a certain number of men, you start thinking that they're all the same.
Because it's a numbers game. It's the majority, right? What majority?
Yeah,
thinks.
and sometimes you don't have the greatest luck with some individual people, but I absolutely think that there are good men out there, and that there are people that
I think the answer lies in what you said earlier. Tell people what you want.
Yes.
Tell people what you're looking for, and be honest, right? Fact of the matter is, I'm just going to tell you, the honesty thing did not click with me right away. Oh God! Like, swear to God, it's a little hard to be honest all the time, right? And especially when it comes to dating,
because it's hard. It's uncomfortable sometimes. Yeah,
I'm telling you, right? So especially learning as a kid, right? Because I remember this What does TV shows and movies and professional pickup artists teach you? To use a gimmick, to use a line, right? Like, what's the best line that will work? So in some sense, you're tricking, you're lying, right? And that whole thing, be a bad boy when you're not a bad boy, but you know, be a bad boy. So you learn to lie, right? And then with trial and error and with growing up, you're like, yo, this shit does not work. Just be honest. Start telling people what you want. So I think, chat, all I'm saying is this. When it comes to the truth, it is something that you need to practice with. It's not going to be easy at first. So practice telling people what you want, right? And practice start doing it right off the bat. Don't waste your time. Just, dude, I want sex. If that's not what you want, great. I want a relationship. Great. I want friends with benefits. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Exactly what you said.
I feel like part of that too is it becomes harder to be honest when you're a people pleaser, because you don't want to hurt their feelings. And
you preach it to the choir, girl.
Yeah, and you don't, you know, you want to be nice about it. And so sometimes you hold back a lot because you're not wanting to upset them.
Agreed. 100% agreed. Kathy Tirano agrees with you as well. She says you teach people how to treat you, right?
Yes.
If you don't respect yourself,
exactly.
How do you expect others to respect you if you don't respect yourself?
Exactly. Yeah. It all starts with that.
Man, honest to God, I feel like being a life coach, they need to teach that in high school. Or, you know, they need to have a career day for that in high school. Yeah. Right? Because you know what I did not have a career day for in my high school? How to be an entrepreneur.
Oh, there's so I can go on and on about what they didn't teach you in school that they should be teaching you in school.
Teach me about money. I'm terrible with finances. Teach me about that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and it sounds like being a life coach has a lot to do with personal development.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. And I feel like, you know, if you really want to work on your personal development, start your own business. Okay. And that is going to take you to the next level. Like, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. You're going to have to do things that are going to challenge you. You're going to be doing things that, you know, are just not something that you normally do. And that's how you'll grow, is getting through those challenges and not giving up and just facing everything that comes your way.
Would you say like this right here, what's going on between us, is a challenging moment? Because think about what you just said, getting uncomfortable. We just met today, right? I'm a complete stranger. I hit you up on TikTok and all that stuff, right? You could have said no. You could have been like, oh, what the hell is this? But you took time out of your day, right? You're sitting right here in front of your computer, and here we are. We're talking. We're putting it out there. Like, were you the type of person to just do that before, or did life coaching
Definitely
help you?
Not.
Okay.
Definitely not. I wouldn't even like to talk to people about my life. Like, I was super private about my life, my personal life. I didn't like letting people in. Okay. That includes men. Okay. I built this wall, but I just really have learned to be more vulnerable. And I feel like there's just so much beauty in being vulnerable. So in my experiences and everything that I know, I feel like they can help a lot of people. And so I'm like, you know what? This isn't about me. This isn't about me. It's about everybody else.
Preach on, girl. Preach on. Yes. All right, Gabby, tell me something, because you just said something to me right there, which I want to like just touch on for like 1 minute. You said you found it hard to be vulnerable, right? I'm gonna go back to something that we talked about. Which parents are you closer to?
My mother.
Your mom. So you got the nurturing part. Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say your dad, because remember how you told me, like, you know, how guys tend to be a little bit more closed off. Yeah. Right. And would you say you picked that up from your dad or something like that, where it's just like when it comes to
sure.
Okay.
I have a lot of characteristics from my dad. That's a no-brainer. Even a lot of them. But I have been changing them, and my dad has been changing. So it's been a beautiful experience, but definitely.
Okay. Real quick, hold on. Austin, my man, thank you so much for coming in with that sub. I appreciate it. Big time. Thank you. you. Lois, welcome back. Lois, good to see you. Alpha, the one and only, is in the building. Alpha, welcome back. Guys, I'm loving these questions, man. I'm loving these comments. You guys have been really, really amazing. And once again, Austin, thank you so much for the sub. Okay. I love what you said, Austin. A real relationship is hard. It's not perfect. Listen, we need to bring this guy in the chat. This guy has gold. Like, I've literally talked to him before. He was one of the very first person, and I swear to God, almost everything this guy says is like so profound. Right? I love it. I literally love it. Austin knows what I'm talking about.
I love that. It's so funny that you say that because I love deep conversations. I literally take stuff that I do during the day or just like simple lessons, and I go deep. Like, I apply it to my life. I apply it to like, it's funny because now that I'm like in a new perspective, in a new journey, I got my eyebrows microbladed, right? So that's when you get them kind of like, you get the tattoo.
I like that. I just learned about that recently, but go on.
Yeah. So, and the only reason why I did it is because I have a scar that I just wanted to cover up. Okay. I have hair and everything, but I just have a scar. But I was like, at first they were really, really dark. And I was just like, oh, this is like too much. Like, I don't like it. But I'm like, Gabby, you have to trust the process. It's going to heal. It's not going to be like this. But a lot of the times we want something so quick. And it was just like a reminder. And so when we talk about like going deep, I'm like, I go deep with my stuff. Now, everything I encounter, like, I'm like, there's lessons in everything.
Wow. Austin, you're damn right I'm going to be cheesing Austin. That does... listen, everything else, you being here puts a smile on my face, but all of that, it helps. It helps a lot, Austin, so thank you. And I love that what you just said. Trust the process. Like, it's going to heal. Yes. You can say that about breaking up. You can say that about breakups. That about
like anything.
Yeah, exactly. Trust the process. You're going to heal. Like, whew.
Trust the
dropping
process.
bombs out here.
You're going to find that person. Trust the process. You know, like, it's just, yeah, it's so profound. But
well, to be fair, in today's world, everything is a microwave system. You want things now.
Instant gratification.
Yes. Yes. So we'll definitely like talk about that for sure. All right, so let's go a little bit more into setting boundaries, right? What would be your biggest tip in sharing with the chat and sharing with people about boundaries? And I'm not just talking about relationship. I'm talking about in everything. Dating, friends, work. Tell me a little bit more about boundaries. And Jack, I'll take you out. I promise. Just help me, bro. Help me help you. Cool?
Boundaries, I feel like, are literally so crucial to yourself. So, and let me give a tip on like help, like if you have a hard time setting boundaries, practice saying no to people. Practice, like, you don't have to necessarily say no. You can word it in a way that you don't sound like a jerk. You don't have to be a jerk about saying no. But it kind of goes back to like the people pleasing tendencies as well. I kind of connected those earlier too when you asked, I don't remember what we were talking about, but I feel like they kind of go a little bit hand in hand. It's hard for people to set boundaries if they are a people pleaser, right? Because they don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. They have a hard time expressing how they really feel. Yeah. So really just practice saying no. And it doesn't have to be like a no, you know, like one day for 24 hours, I said no to every request I got. And they weren't all like, no. It was like, oh, I'll get to that later. Or like, you know, there's different ways for you to say things that they don't sound like you're a jerk. Like you're rude.
I love that because that's going to lead into our topic, practicing no's, because saying no is a part of rejection. Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Before we go more into that, what do you think about what Alpha said? His question.
Alpha, let's see. How would you know if you found the right person? I think it's, who was it earlier that said love is a choice?
Was it Kathy Van Marder? Someone
No,
says love
it
is a
was
choice.
somebody said love is a choice. So I feel like when you find somebody, because not everyone's going to be perfect, right?
Oh, Austin, he says, but there again, the right person you choose to love, not to fall in love. Is that no, or is that something? Oh yeah, Austin says love is a choice.
Yes.
Being in love is one thing, but choosing to love someone is completely different.
Yeah. So to go further on that, you have to find somebody that you're going to want to fight for the love, because not everyone's going to be perfect. Everyone's going to have their flaws, but what flaws are you willing to work with? What flaws are you willing to accept? Not necessarily change, because I feel like you have to accept the person, and your only goal, your only objective in the relationship is to love that person. They're not there to give you anything. They're there for you to love them. So it has to be a person that you're going to be willing to choose that every day.
Oh, Alpha, we're actually just talking about that before, but we can answer that real quick. The 50-50.
What was that? Sorry, there's so much going on.
No, it's okay.
Chat.
It's okay. Austin, I promise we'll get to you. Kathy and Austin, I promise we'll get to you real quick. But we're just gonna backtrack for a second. Alpha says, now, what's your take on putting 50-50 into a relationship? Even though we just talked about it, but just real quick, since Alpha just got here.
I think it's absolutely necessary. Absolutely necessary for you both to be on your best game, because if you don't, and this is, I talked earlier about being 100, because when that one person starts to kind of fall off, you have to have another person to bring them back up. Because if you're not, balancing that out, like if you guys both start to just kind of, then that's when the relationship starts to fall apart. You start to distance yourself. So I do think it's absolutely necessary for you both to be 50-50. Or I don't even know what he's referring to. Like, do you mean like 50-50, like on, chores, or like just like?
So just wonder, because I tend to be given more than receiving.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. So that's a lot of people. Even though there are a lot of takers, there are a lot of people that just give and give, and they're not getting that back. So let's see. Because I tend to be so happy and content. Oh, it's another one.
Alpha, to put simple, for me, it takes work. All right. Listen, how do you know when you found?
Sure.
I'll answer the first one. How do you know when you found the right person? At this point, it's when your logical feelings and your emotional feelings line up, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, logically, if everything they're doing and they're saying, like their actions, their action follow their words, or their words follow their actions, when those line up, yes, fucking yes. Right?
Yes.
And also, where the emotional part comes in is how they make you feel, right? Because, you know what? Here's the number one way you know how is the right person. When you're mad at that person, when that person pisses you off, do you still want to be with them? When you feel like, oh my god, I can't stand your ass right now, do you still want to be around them?
But you still love them.
Do you still love them? Exactly. There you go. Like,
they can piss you off, but you still love them.
Because I've said this multiple times, right, in my relationship, and I'm like, no matter what, I don't like your ass right now, but I still love you.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and a lot of the times when you say some stuff like that and you make it something humorous, it's like you all of a sudden kind of forget why you guys were fighting, and then all of a sudden you guys are like, good.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
When you're having an argument and then all
it doesn't work all the time though.
Right.
It doesn't work all the time. No. At what point I made up a rule where it's just like, listen, the moment we start fighting, just let's just get naked. Let's see if we can stay angry at each other if you're naked, because boobs makes me happy.
Try that.
Right?
Try that. Yeah.
I don't know how angry I can be at you if I'm looking at your boobs. So
yeah.
I've tried these things. All right, let me go back up. To what Kathy Van Martyr. Don't worry, Kathy Van Martyr. I'm not ignoring you. Neither you, Austin. Let me go back. Okay. So I'm scrolling up. Kathy says, there's a lesson in dating as well. Sometimes you have to
Absolutely.
date several people first to find the right one.
Oh, yes.
Agreed. Agreed.
Uh-huh.
And one of our topics that I want to talk about as well. I'm gonna put a pin on it right now, just so I can go to what Kathy says. But the question I want to talk about is this: do you think it's important to date multiple people before you find the one? Right? Because I've heard so many times that
Yeah.
I met my high school sweetheart. I found the one early, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I never dated. I've never
Yeah.
explored. I don't know. Is the grass greener on the other side? You know what I'm saying? Because I've always been with that one person my whole life. I don't know what it's like to be with other people. So we're gonna put a pin on that. Let's write it down because I know I'm gonna forget. That's the biggest thing. I'm very forgetful. I'll come back to that, and then I'm gonna answer Kathy's question. So, yes, Kathy, I love that one. Kathy also says that don't enter my bubble. That's around me. I don't want to be touched unless it's okay. Unless I say it's okay first. Don't
Yeah.
ask me out if you know I'm dating, and so forth. Ooh. It sounds like Kathy's setting her boundaries. Ooh.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's good. As you should, because when you start to not enforce your boundaries, it starts to create this anger that then becomes resentment if you don't handle it. And a lot of the times it's resentment towards yourself because you're not doing what you should be doing. Or sometimes it's created towards the other person as well, because you think that they are making you feel a certain way, when in reality, it's just you not enforcing your boundary.
Okay. Kathy, my question is this. When you say do not enter my bubble that's around me, how big is that bubble?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because are you approachable, Kathy? Do you have that fuck off sign on your face? Or it's just like, don't talk to me in any situations? Like, if I'm a guy who's interested in you and I don't know if you're dating somebody or not, am I allowed to come in that bubble to talk to you, to test the waters? You know, so let me know, Kathy. Let me know.
That's interesting too, because I used to be told that and maybe I still am, I just haven't really talked to people, but that I look like I'm very stuck up.
What's your RBF?
Like if I'm
What's it?
what?
What does your arrested bitch face look like?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I can't do it on the spot because I'm usually a really smiley person. Like I'm usually like, even at work, they're always like, "Why are you smiling? What are you smiling about?" but I usually have a smile on my face. But back then, I used to, people would tell me like, "You look like a bitch. You look very stuck up. Like I don't even want to approach you." Okay. A lot of men would get intimidated with that. A lot of women didn't like me because of that. It wasn't because I don't think I ever have been stuck up or a bitch or anything like that. But it was just what my face was saying.
Okay. I feel you. Okay. Also, I'm gonna go back to you real quick. Okay. So scroll up. Okay, Kathy says, when you feel so happy and content that you can't think of anything else or the other person, I tend to back away from anyone who makes me feel happy or shows me true intention due to bad history of being used. Oh, I feel like this is in your field. I feel like
I tend to back away from anyone who makes me happy and shows me true attention due to bad history of being used. That is a perfectly normal trauma response. I hate to say it.
Shut up.
I hate to say it.
Talk to Kathy right now. Don't even talk to me. Just talk to Kathy right now.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but it really is a way that you have just conditioned yourself because of everything that you've been through. Mm-hmm. And we act based on the different patterns that we, growing up, it could be emotional patterns. Like if you have grown up in a household where there is a lot of abuse or, that feeling used kind of thing, those types of patterns start to become ingrained in you, and your brain kind of starts getting wired to that, where a lot of the times you don't understand why you feel that way, but you are kind of attracted to that just because your brain is like, this is safe. I know this. I've been through this. Like, this is comfort. So it's kind of like an attraction. So when you experience something different, which is someone who treats you nice, someone who is good for you, you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Your brain is like, what are we doing? This is not something we're used to. Like, there's something wrong here. So it's totally normal for you to feel that way. I mean, I don't know if normal is the right word, but it is a normal response to all of your life experiences and everything that you've been through.
Zone, thank you so much for the 5 bits. Thank you. And welcome to the team, Zone. Welcome to the team. All right. Wow. That's amazing, by the way. Wow. You're good. You're good, Gabby. You're good. You're good. Kathy, if any of this is being helpful, please let us know for sure. So to my previous question to Kathy, how big is your bubble? 4 feet.
4 feet. Okay.
It's a big bubble.
Yeah.
That's a big bubble. Kat, can I just be honest for a second? If I see you from across the room and I'm interested, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna get within that 4 feet, because I mean, listen, to be fair, it's COVID time, so maybe yes, 4 feet seems reasonable. You know, again, you gotta stay 6 feet from everybody. I get that.
Social distance.
Exactly, social distancing and all that stuff. I get that, but to the random person, just to the unknown person that don't know what your thing is, don't get me wrong. They can't be like up here, right? They're gonna get close enough where they know they're not gonna spit on you. Right, while they're talking. Yeah. So it's gonna be a little bit less than 4 feet, but I do understand what you're saying, Kat. She says she's antisocial. She doesn't smile anymore, so many think that I'm always sad or mad.
That's something that you want to explore. Something definitely that you want to.
Let me ask you something, Gabby. Does this have anything to do with mentality?
Absolutely, it has everything to do with mentality.
Okay. What would you say then?
And I feel like, well, especially in that situation when you feel, I feel like there's something that needs to be healed. But you have to explore it. You have to really kind of dig deep. And that's what a life coach does. We ask hard questions. We ask questions that you don't really want to explore, because it's a scary place sometimes, but it's absolutely necessary for you to be able to heal, to be able to and this is something that I'm going to say right now. So when you do not heal your dating experience, your breakups, your past relationships, all that abuse, all that trauma, it's going to continue with you until forever if you don't deal with it. It can affect your next relationship. It'll affect your marriage. It'll affect your kids. So, I mean, that's another reason why I decided to be a life coach. I'm like, I want to break that generation. I want to break that cycle of, being the way we are because of society and how we've been wired to think and to be and to feel.
Okay. If you could just talk to, for example, one more time, if you were speaking to Kathy directly right now, right? Read everything from I seek fun and I seek fun happy all the way down. What would you say to her?
Physically and emotionally. That's too good to be true. Yep. I seek fun, happy people to hang with, but I always throw up walls to keep people from being close and hurting me again. It's safe zone. Yeah, exactly. It's your safe zone. It's your comfort. Used to close. I don't go out and I don't socialize. Lost hope. I lost the feeling of joy. I can tell you, it's a very long story. I've been alone It's way easier. Absolutely. It's always way easier. Being if someone and always wondering if I am good enough or I deserve it, maybe.
Also, Kathy, just so you know, once again, this is a no judgment free zone, right? I love the fact you're
Oh,
sharing all of this
yes.
stuff. Thank you. This is again
Yes.
the purpose of this. Thank
Yeah.
you. Take it away, Gab.
Yeah. So I have a lot of things to say to that. So, like I mentioned before, being in your comfort, being in your safe zone, like that's what feels like it feels right? Because it's all that you know, and you don't have to put yourself out there and socialize with people. You don't have to put yourself out there and do anything. So that's a trauma response. We just, we tend to stick to what we know, and what we feel comfortable with. But with, the loss of joy. And let me tell you, Kathy, like, don't feel bad for not feeling joy. There's so many people that don't know joy. They can pretend to look happy, but their joy and happiness are completely different. And you can be happy and not joyful. Does that make sense? Like, joy is something that, like, if someone's joyful, like, that attracts you, that, like, that personality. And like, I think you said earlier too, I can't see it anymore, but you said you like to be around positive or happy people, or I don't remember what you worded, but something like that. But because there's something about it that attracts you, right? And so when you say that you find it, being alone is way easier than being with someone, that is absolutely true. And when you say you start to wonder if you're good enough or if you deserve it, so those are two completely different things. So one, for thinking that you're good enough, that's because and a lot of people think that the other person has to make them feel like they're good enough. But I believe that it all comes from you. Like, you have to be the one who feels good enough. You have to build your confidence. You have to know your worth. And this is in a relationship and out of a relationship when you're in the dating phase. It's super important for you to know that, because let's be honest, no one's going to give that to you. You have to give it to yourself. So...
two things real quick. First off, Brian, welcome back. Brian, good to see you. Welcome back. Two, what would you say, right? Because you're saying you have to do this, you have to do that, right? What would you say is the biggest tip for you personally to, like, hey, the best way for you to build your self-confidence, to work on your self-worth is?
Ooh, that's a tough one. So I have a whole 8-week program on this.
There we go. There we go. So, well, you got to send that to me so we can put it out there.
There's a lot of things that we work on, from, just like how you feel about yourself.
Kathy, make sure you go follow her social media right now, Kath. All right?
Yeah.
Follow her. Send her a message, Kathy. Her Instagram and TikTok is up there. It's the same thing, _ Gabriela Escalante. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Okay. Right? Please, definitely send her so she can send you more information. She's here for us, guys. She's doing this for free. She could not be doing this for free. And trust me, life coaches make a whole lot of money, man. They do. All right? So thank you, Gabby. Thank you.
Of course.
All right? So, yes, for sure. Brian, it's going well, Brian. How's everything with you? Catch me up, Brian. Feel free to just keep talking and catch me up. Okay.
A good one. So here's something that I want to say. Our thoughts create our feelings. So when you're saying, and this is not to point you out, Kathy, like, I'm so grateful that you're saying this, and you're being vulnerable with us and you're sharing all these things. But when we say, let's see. Like your comment right there. I feel I wasn't a good mom. I want you to figure out what thought is it that is causing you to feel that way. What is that sentence in your brain that that is making you feel that way? So, like, let's say this is just be an example. I'm not a mom, but I feel like I wasn't a good mom, and I don't know how old your child is, but it could be what I'm thinking is I didn't give them enough love, right? So that causes you to feel that you weren't, a good mom. Now, I'm not saying this is your thought, but it's good to explore those thoughts that are making you feel that way. And it's a super beautiful thing to know that your thoughts cause your feelings, because whatever you're feeling, you can change by changing your thoughts.
Okay. Alpha, I agree. What you think you become, 100% agree. I love personal development. I really do.
I love it. I could talk about it all day.
Do, because your thoughts become actions, right? You know one of the biggest thing I learned, and I feel like I should know this a lot better. I think it came from the Bible. What comes from your mouth comes from your heart, right? And whatever is in your thoughts goes into your heart, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole system.
Right.
It really is a whole system. And I think I was listening to Steve Harvey, right? And I'm definitely gonna find a clip on this for sure and then share it on TikTok, and it's for you guys. But picture it this way, right? Every single morning when you wake up, right? The very first thoughts, the very first thing you said, for example, if you say, hey, today's going to be a bad day. You look outside, it's raining, today's going to be a shitty day. You know what that does? Picture like a foreman, a guy with a speaker, a big microphone, starts screaming to every inch of your body, starts just telling the news, guys, today is going to be a terrible day, right? So now it's not just your thoughts, your whole body, your heart, your lungs, your legs, everything starts thinking today is going to be a bad day, right? But it also works in the reverse. As you say today's going to be a great day, your whole body is going to feel it, right? Your whole spirit is going to feel it. So,
and it's so common for people to wake up anxious. Like literally you wake up, the first thing you do is your mind starts going crazy. And you start, you start having, and that's why a lot of people can't really start their mornings off right. Or, you wake up late and then you're like, fuck, and now you're gonna, you have to be in a rush and all of that. So absolutely, how you start your day will set you up for the rest of your day.
Guys, these are things you got to practice, man. These are things you got to put into effect.
Yes.
Because I think it was Les Brown. Les Brown was just like, yo, for you're most impressionable the very first 15 minutes of your day. The moment you wake up your eyes, what you do in that first 15 minutes sets the tone. Like, I didn't realize it because I first used to wake up and the first thing I do, I look for my phone. I'm like reaching over for my phone in my bed.
Yes.
Right? And then what do? I'm checking my notifications.
Yep.
I'm on TikTok and I'll sit on TikTok. I'll take a crap and I'm in the bathroom on TikTok for the next hour. Right? And I'm on social media. And what am I doing? I'm programming stuff. I'm constantly putting stuff, whatever is on social media, in my head. But here's my thing though. What if the first 15 minutes, and again, there's 24 hours in a day, just 15 minutes out of your day, just reading something motivational, reading something uplifting, reading something that's going to put you on the right path. What if you do that consistently for the rest of your life? Matter of fact, just start with 21 days, because it takes 21 days to create a habit. What's going to happen if you start with those? Bro, like, everything is going to change. Everything's going to change.
And it's been proven that when you wake up and you check your phone as the first thing to get that hit of dopamine, like, it's been proven that your mind just create this little bit of anxiety. Like, it's a little bit of like anxiousness just from checking your phone. So I try to like hold myself off. I don't even check my phone until I get to work in the mornings. Like, I just turn off my alarm and then I which is just a habit that I just created, and it feels so peaceful and calm to just, you know, start your day off like that. And you know, so yeah, definitely that's a huge.
It's huge.
Huge.
It's absolutely huge. I'm gonna go back to chat for a little bit.
Yeah.
Alva says I love my man Steve Harvey. I love him too. I'm telling you, Steve Harvey. There's a few people in the world to follow. Eric Thomas, Les Brown, Steve Harvey. You gotta follow these people, man. All right.
Yes.
Yes, I know they're all black, but still follow.
No, yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah, you definitely gotta follow. Let me go back to chat real quick, okay? Kathy Tirana says 85% of what you worry about never happens.
Oh, yes, Kathy. So good. Worry, yes. I love that you said that, because I think it's so funny. And the same thing goes with overthinking. When you start overthinking, you know, a lot of the stuff that you're overthinking about, like usually a lot of that stuff doesn't even happen. But your mind is like, oh, what if this happens, or this could happen, or, you know, all of this. And it just starts catastrophizing, and so like creates scenarios in your head. So the same thing, overthinking, worry, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. Let me go back up. Let me scroll back up in chat for a little bit. Okay. Brian, don't worry, Brian. I'm reading everything. I'm not missing anything. Brian says, not too bad. Just got a week off from work. I'm sweating out in VR. Kathy says, I know I'm not gorgeous, nor I'm a showstopper, but I'm pretty in my own way. That's true. That's fucking true, Kathy, look at me right here. That's fucking true. You're damn right. I mean it, Kat. It's freaking awesome. And I know Kat. I know Kat for like years. I met her online playing video games.
Oh.
We talk trash and all that stuff, right? Me and her have never met in person, but we've talked enough for years. So, Kat, you're absolutely correct. All right? Let me put it this way. I have severe depression and anxiety. My mood changes every few minutes. Brian says, on the dating side, though, not so good. I was speaking to a girl, or at least trying to, but she ended up going back to her ex. So, back to square one again. Brian, we're going to talk about that. That's what we're here for. We're here for this, okay? You got The Rock, you got Gabby. We're here for this, okay? Don't worry, we'll get back to you, Brian, for sure. Okay. Kathy says, keep trying, man. She's out there someplace. I live moment by moment, as I don't have a reason to look ahead. Whoa. Am I reading that right? I live moment by moment. I don't have a reason to look ahead or any further. My dad and my animals, but that's it. Well, no. You have reasons. Kat, you're still alive. You know what? I'm gonna let you go first, Gab. I'm gonna let you go first with that sentence.
Can you reread that? Because I can't see that.
She says, I live moment by moment, as I don't have reason to look ahead any further. I have my dad and animals, but that's it. I am comfy in my body and my mind, but due to the issues I stated, I can begin by saying it's going to be a great day. Within an hour, I begin to have these thoughts, and then I'm mixed up for the day.
Absolutely. And it's normal, because it's, you know, we're creatures of habit. Whatever we have been conditioned to do, it takes work for you to recondition your mindset, to recondition your brain, to recondition those initial thoughts that come to you. This isn't like an overnight, you know, oh, I'm going to fix everything by tomorrow if I just get the secret formula. That's not the way it works. I wish it did. That'd be awesome. But that's just not realistic. But what I'm going to say here, and I'm sorry if I'm like, you know, getting too into your life, but I feel like you really need to search for that purpose, for your purpose, because if you're saying that you know you don't have anything really in your life, I think there's something that you need to explore there and dig deeper to find your purpose. And you're not the only one. There are so many people in this world who don't know what their purpose is in life, and so they're just kind of living day by day and just like, oh, whatever happens. Like, you know, they have no sense of even some people, you know, they just don't feel important. They feel like the world can go on without them, and that's not the case. I truly believe that every single one of us has gifts, has talents, has a purpose to be here. So don't give up. It's there. You just got to find it.
Great. Agreed. Um, can we remember what we talked about earlier? How? So this is why I'm gonna go back and rewatch this because so much stuff. Um, we were talking about like I think it was joy, and it was happiness we were talking about, but more specifically, the happiest people in the world are people that are doing their purpose. No.
I would say joy is closer to I think that the happiest
I got you right now. Let me be more specific. Okay. Gabby, what makes you happy?
What makes me happy?
Yeah. What puts a smile on your face?
Spending time with family. I love like I said, one of my love languages is physical touch. I love giving hugs. I love spending time with people, with friends. I love dancing. There's a lot of things that I love to do that make me happy. Okay. But what truly fulfills me and what truly fulfills me is helping others and serving others. That's when I truly feel like I'm living my purpose, and I like whenever it's not about you, that's when those things hit you different, right? Because you could do a lot of things for yourself, but when you're putting a smile on someone else's face, when you make someone's day, it makes you feel completely different. Correct? Yes.
Okay, so in retrospect, Kathy, I'm gonna put it back towards you. What makes you happy? What put a smile on your face? Just start with that. Start with those things, even if it's one or two things. Like, I'll start with this. I'm a fat ass. I love cookies and cream ice cream. I love chicken. And for those of you that have been watching me for a long time, you're gonna catch me eating a lot. Right before the stream, what was I doing? Eating at 9:30, right?
Yep.
Exactly, right? So
I told him too. I was like, "You're eating at 9:30?"
Yeah, right. So even if I start with those little things, it starts with those little things for sure. Mm-hmm. And Kat, don't worry, Kat. I'm gonna definitely go back to the chat. Oh, so we have two Kathys in the chat. All right, so I'm gonna start going by last names so we're not confusing. Okay, we got Van Martyr and we got Tirana. Okay, Tirana says, "You feel alone, or do you feel lonely with friends and family?" Okay, I think Tirana is asking Van Martyr, "Do you feel alone or lonely when with friends and family?" So I'm gonna go back up and chat a little bit. I'm gonna see. Okay. So how far are you? Were you able to see? You're seeing? No, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna read what she said before that.
Okay.
Van Martyr says, "Something one of my adopted kids I have helped deal with many issues. They said, 'You're a great person. Never ever give up, as this world will never be the same without you.'" I agree with that. I think you can see everything else from there, right? She says, "No, I don't." She also says, Van Marta says, "I'm alone even when with friends and family. I meditate, and to be honest, I found out nothing since I stopped helping others when I lost one of the kids I worked with for 2 years to get over the issues. He killed himself, and I stopped helping them. I felt I wasn't helping anyone." Also, you like to talk about yourself. Yeah, that's true, Kat. The number one topic people love to talk about is themselves. I'm trying not to, Kat. I'm trying not to. All right, I'm learning to shut up, Kat. Just give me a second.
That's funny.
We can call her Kitty, by the way. Van Marta says we can call her Kitty. Rachel, welcome back. Rachel, welcome back. Good to see you. Let me see. I'm gonna go to you shortly. Alpha says, "Okay, I remember the vid. Excuse, exactly. Love me all. Yep, I had it before, a long time ago. First, you have to be happy with yourself. If not happy with yourself first, then nobody can be happy with you." Rachel, welcome back. Rachel, I think you're gonna love this conversation. It's been absolutely amazing. So, Kitty, aka Van Martyr, Do you mind answering Tirana's question? You feel alone or lonely when with family? No, when with friends and family. And you can start, Gabby.
I'm sorry, with what?
So earlier before she says I'm alone even when I'm with friends and family. What would you say to that?
I feel like, well, there's a few things. Like it could be something, it could be because of, your interactions with them. Like it could be, there's so many questions I have. Like, is it,
Ask
the
them.
way that
Go
they're
ahead.
acting that you're not okay with? Like, is it just because, you feel like you can't open up to them? You can't like, do you not have that connection, or is there something that happened with between family members that caused this? Like, there could be so many things going on there. So
Okay.
yeah, we need a little bit more clarification there.
Okay. As I said, if you guys feel like you guys want to hash things out more, definitely reach out to Gabby. You say you don't have Instagram, but you do have TikToks, and I know you don't use TikTok a lot, but if there's ever time to use it, it's now. All right.
Yes.
Definitely reach out to her on TikTok for sure. Okay. So Brian says, I understand what it's like losing someone to suicide. It honestly does suck 100%.
It does.
But as an empath, I am myself. The true way to truly think about it is if even if you got close to that mind frame yourself, think about it. Wait, did it pop up on your screen?
I don't see that.
It pop up on your screen, right? Hold on. I'm gonna copy and paste it one more time. Copy and paste it. There's a lot to read. Hold on. Okay, give it a second. It's gonna pop up on the screen. Okay. Yeah, I was there, man. I wish I had you during high school. Wait, Alpha, how old are you, Alpha? I thought you were in high school. Am I bugging? Alpha says, I wish I was there before, man. I wish I had you in high school days or college days. That's why we're doing this, man. That's why we're doing
Exactly.
this. This is
Yes.
literally the reason why we're doing this. Okay, there it is. It's super long, but see if you can get through it fast before the chat goes way too.
I understand what it's like losing someone to suicide. It's honestly it does suck. But as an empath, like I am self the true way to think about it if we even get close to my friends. How that made me feel. I have been in that mind frame before. I always had the mindset of if that's how it made me feel, I can only imagine how it's making all my friends and family feel, and that works for me mentally. If that works for you, that's awesome.
And Brian said
I
that. That's not Kitty. That's just Brian.
what?
Brian said that, by the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Brian. So if that works for you, that's awesome. It's one of the skills that I teach when I'm coaching is reframing things, right? So when you have a situation that you go through, you have the circumstance, right? And then you have your thoughts about that circumstance that make you feel a certain way. So if you are an empath, it's really possible for you to just you get attached to that circumstances. You kind of even make it something about you, like I didn't do anything. You start the blame and the guilt and the shame and all of those kinds of things. But when you start to reframe a circumstance, now I don't want to talk about like suicide specifically, but when you reframe, whatever incident that you go through, there's so much power because it's kind of just like shifting your perspective into something different. A lot of the times when we're in our feelings and we're like deep in our feelings, we see one thing and that's it. We're in this tunnel vision, right? But when someone comes in, yeah, exactly. When someone comes in and kind of opens that up a little bit and explores it a little bit out, like, you know, a little bit more, you can get a different perspective from it. And that alone can make you feel different because you're changing your thoughts about the situation. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to chat real quick. So guys, hold on. Kathy, one, I love the fact that you're sharing all this stuff. I really, really do. Okay, so listen, here's what I'm gonna do because I know that Gabby, you don't have too much time left.
No.
And all that stuff. So I need to get through a few topics really, really quickly. But Kat, Kitty,
please reach out.
Reach out to Gabby, and also Tirana. Tirana is also another life coach as well. You guys need to link up. You guys literally are gonna love each other. All right.
So I don't know who that is, so introduce us.
I'll send you the information after stream, 100% for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So listen, just because we need to get to the topics and get through a few questions, I'm gonna skip through a few things. Okay, guys. So just keep things moving along.
Disassociation is amazing if you can do it. I'm sorry, I'm reading the chat.
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. So Kathy Tirana said you need to disassociate. Yes, you do, but it's a lot easier said than done, right? So absolutely, you need to disassociate, especially being like in the law enforcement field. I've even had trouble with that. Like, you know, I'm an empath too. I relate to certain situations and, you know, put myself in their shoes, but disassociation is huge, but you have to learn how to do it.
Okay. All right. So yes, let me go back. Alpha, you're absolutely right. Alpha, the reason why I said that is because we've been playing together for years, Alpha, and I've always heard your voice but never seen your face. And even when I do watch your streams, I don't think you have a camera, so that's why I said I thought you were like teenager. Right, that's what I thought. Cause I was always saying, dude, how do you have a deep voice, but I keep thinking you're a teenager? I don't know. We're sidetracking, but you're absolutely correct, Alpha. You're absolutely correct. Okay, so let's call this time period the rapid fire. Okay.
Okay.
Chat, I'm gonna come to you after the rapid fire, but I'm just gonna while little time that I have left with her, I'm just gonna throw these questions at her. Okay. All right. Now, I saw on your TikTok something super interesting and that I would love for you to elaborate a little bit on. Within 1 minute, if you can tell me. Tell me, what do you mean by repeat or evolve?
Ooh, I love this one. Like I said, I take everything deep, right? So every day you have the opportunity to repeat the same thoughts, the same feelings, the same actions as the day before, right? You also have the same opportunity to change all of those things. So when you get stuck, and I'm not a huge fan of routine, even like in relationships, like even in your just day-to-day life, when you start to stick to a routine, you start to working in autopilot. You literally just, you know, you're like a robot. You start doing the same things, thinking the same things, feeling the same things. So you have to make that conscious decision to want to evolve, to want to change, to want to, you know, feel better, to do different things, to do things outside of your comfort zone, all of that. So we all have that opportunity every single day. It's just, you know, making that conscious decision, which is hard. It's not easy. I always say, you know, a lot of the things in coaching, it's simple, but it's not easy.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Rachel, you say you followed. You need a life coach. I got you. Yes, 100%. I get you. All right, awesome. Is there any proper way to end a relationship?
That is a really interesting question. I think so my personal opinion, and it's interesting that you bring this up because in my last relationship, like I had no closure. We never even ended the relationship. It was like,
then it
one
sounds
day
like
we're
you're
just
still in a relationship then.
No.
Like no one had to talk. You know, this is not a job they can just walk out on and like, yo, I'm not showing up no more.
You know, I feel like that happened because he was trying to avoid confrontation, like a lot of things. But I do think that the mature, healthy way to end a relationship is by one, doing it in person. I don't think that you should do it over text. I don't think you should do it over the phone.
Yeah, but come on, let's be honest. In today's world, it's so much more easier to send a text. It's so much easier.
Absolutely.
Because why? We don't want to confront, right? And also with the
Exactly.
closure. Okay, he says, Alpha says closure is important. But who's closure more for, the guy or the girl?
Closure is for yourself. I created the closure that I needed for myself. Even though he didn't give it to me, I created it for myself.
Okay.
So, sorry, what were you saying before? I wanted to say something about it.
It's okay. I'll go back. The point, is there a proper way to end a relationship?
Oh, yes. So you said it's easier, right? And absolutely it's easier. Good things don't come easy, right? You've heard that term. And, easy is staying in your comfort zone. Easy is avoiding those things that you don't want to do. Of course it's easy. But I think that you, in a way I think it's fair to do it in person. I think it's just fair. You've been with this person for who knows how long, right? You had a relationship with this person. You love this person, or maybe not.
So wait, are you saying
point,
that based on how long you are with this person determines how you break up with them? Or are you just supposed to be a proper person, just break up in person?
I prefer in person.
What about FaceTime breakup?
No.
God damn. There's no getting away around it.
I'm very old school. I am very old school. But
how old are you if you don't mind me ask?
How what?
How old are you if you don't mind I ask?
28.
Okay. Are you old school girl? Really though? How old school are you? You mean like your ideals and all that stuff? Or? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay,
definitely. Okay. Just the way I was raised and everything, like very old school.
Okay.
But
I got you.
But yeah, I think it's just the mature way. Like, just tell them that you don't want a relationship anymore. And
a relationship, or I don't want to be in a relationship with you, because that's still
with them.
Okay.
And okay, I'm gonna say something. So usually the biggest breakup phrase is, "It's not you, it's me," right?
I fucking hate that.
Yes. So let me say something about that.
Yes. Because it's always me. It's always fucking me. But go on. Go on.
Okay. As cliche as it sounds, it's so true. It's so true because people act, people are the way that they are based on their life experiences, everything they've been through.
Yes.
And so when they decide that they don't want a relationship with you anymore, it's not because of you. It's because either they want something different. They figured out, they want something different. They realized, it's probably something that they realized. They're like, okay, I want to be single. I want to go have fun. I want to, it's something about them, not necessarily about the person.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where a lot of heartbreak comes too, because you make it about you. You make that breakup about you, especially if you're the one that they're breaking up with. You start to question your worth. You start to question,
you question
what you did wrong, all of this. You blame, yourself and all of this. And you really take it to a level that, it's a normal response.
Okay, but how do you not take it to that level? How do you not take it personal? Because that's what I'm hearing. Like, don't take it personal. It's not about that. But come on. I'll give it, I'll keep it short because I know I got a few more. But I had a girl who gave me, I'm paraphrasing, but not really, 50 reasons why why it's not working, why she's breaking up with me. 50 reasons. Come on. I gotta be doing some shit why it's not working. It is about me then. It's not so much her, it's about me.
She made the decision that she was going to end the relationship way before she did it. That's just the reality.
So she had a plan in her head a lot. She's already broken up with me.
If she had a list of 50 things.
Oh yeah.
You've been done.
Oh shit.
Okay, like that's just the reality. Can you give me an example of things that were on that list?
Oh God, I don't remember. This was years ago. But I do remember. Okay, that's a lie. I do remember one of them. I do remember. She was like, yo, she was like, Creg. She don't call me The Rock. Even though I want her to call me The Rock, she doesn't call me The Rock. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, she's like, Creg, you always, every time we do date night, you always want to have sex.
See, that's not a thing about you. It's
First of all,
her.
Hold up. First of all, hear me out. Yeah. We had date night once a week. Every Wednesday, I remember, right?
Okay,
I used to walk home from work every day. Well, Monday to Friday, Saturdays and Sundays, not Saturdays, but almost every day, right? Yeah. Wednesdays was date night. I saw her, even though I walked her home, that wasn't really spending time with her. When I actually spent more than like an hour from walking her from school, was Wednesdays, and we went from having sex 2-3 times a week to 4 times a month.
Ooh.
A month. I'm a guy. I got needs. I have a very high sex drive. I was like 19, 20. No, that's a lie. I was like 20, 21 at the time. Yo! Sorry, it's New York, you know. Right? But she was just like, every time you wanted to have sex, I'm like, hell yeah! Hell fucking yes! I needed that physical touch. That's my love language. You wanted quality time. You wanted the dates, right? I give you what you wanted, and you're going to tell me, I just feel like all you want is sex. We've been together for 2.5 years, and I still want to hit that. I'm still all over you, and you're mad about me? Whew. You know what? Wait. Yeah.
So you just justified yourself, right? So it was not about you, because in your mind, you're like, this isn't unreasonable, right? And I personally don't think it's unreasonable. So that part wasn't about you. It was about her. And I want to say, when a woman starts to show those kinds of things, like her even just wanting to detach herself that way, that means that she is not meeting a need. So you have to explore what is going on there. It's not something you can choose to either use that to distance yourself, or you can choose to explore that and find out what's really going on, because there's a reason why she's choosing to act that way. And usually, even when correct me if I'm wrong, but men will do this too. Like, if they, a lot of the times, I've had it in relationships where they start to kind of distance themselves, but they need you. They need you, they need you, like, whatever it can be. Like, if you had a bad day at work or whatever, they're just like, you know what, I just need to, de-stress or whatever. Like, they need your love. They need you to listen. They need you. So when stuff like that happens, those are moments for you to explore what's really going on, not for you to distance yourself.
Okay. I'm gonna chat real quick, because how much time do you got, by the way?
Like 10 minutes probably.
All right, cool. Let me go to chat real quick. Damn. First of all, I'm loving chat today, man. You guys are killing it with the questions, man. Killing it with the comments. I love it. I absolutely do. I'm gonna go to what Miss Tirana says. She says, when a woman goes silent, watch out. That's when she's given up.
Yeah.
Because listen.
And what usually happens when that happens? So, like, when it's a woman or man too, because when the man goes silent too, then they start to look for things in other places and stuff like that. Whatever.
Sounds like you have experience with that.
When your needs don't, well, no, not really. But when either one of you go silent, that's something that you need to explore, because yeah, if you don't explore it, then that person is going to start giving up.
Okay, I feel you. Okay, so let me go back to these questions. Okay. Okay, so one of the things we were talking about earlier, we are talking about being macho, the dominant, the traditional male roles, right, versus
Yes.
feminism. And you were saying earlier that how like your dad was the how do you say it? Stoic? Is it just like he was the he didn't like talk about his feelings, right?
Yes.
He keep it in, and
Yep.
that's not always a good thing because then you end up exploding, and sometimes they end up exploding on the people that are closest towards you, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
traditionally as well, females are are taught to always talk about their feelings, always sharing, right? And I personally feel like both are double-edged swords because I don't always want to hear about your feelings. Just get to the point. How can I help? Right? But if I'm talking to you every single day and you're just talking and yammering and just I call it oversharing, and that's just me sugarcoating it, right? But also I've had somebody that came on a while back, and she says, what did she say? She said it's not yakking away. It's a message. I forgot. It was
Oh
in one of my.
yes.
It's in one of my TikToks, right? Because she said women are telling you exactly what they want, but men think it's annoying when she's actually telling you a message. It's one of my TikToks. I'll go back to that a
Yes.
little bit later. But
I do agree with that though, that little bit you said.
yeah. What do you think about this whole like macho versus feminism when it comes to gender roles?
So like you said, I do also believe that neither one is good. That's why I feel like it's so important for women to have, when you start to get into a relationship and you fall in love and you think they're the one, and you
Yeah.
kind of distance yourself from friends, from family, like some even get rid of like their social media and stuff like that. And I don't think that's healthy. I don't think it's healthy for you to just make that person your one, because like you said, it's going to get annoying. First of all, like there's a lot of problems with it that I see, but you want to have those friends that you can talk to about that, because male psychology and women's psychology are so different. Our brains are wired so differently. So when you that's you're not the first man that I hear this from. The woman gets home, they're just talking about their day and blah 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 and everything, and he's like had a rough day at work, and he's just like, I just want to chill, like I've got this at work all day.
Yeah.
So I think it's something perfectly something that needs to be worked on for sure. So, but to go back to what you mentioned about like the macho and the feminism, I think both are, there's things that need to be worked on in both personalities. So like with my dad, it took him years and years to even be able to say that he loved us, like my siblings and I, and to be able to give us hugs. Like that just wasn't a thing. They never got that from their parents. They never talked about that stuff. Like,
So whatever you were taught, you're gonna like continue it. It's like a, how do you call it? It's a process. Whatever you were taught as a kid, you're gonna teach it to your kids.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That's why I said, I want to break those cycles. I want to break those generational patterns that you pass on to your children, to your grandchildren.
I like the words you're using. Cycles, patterns. I hear these things because I also hear those words a lot from somebody else in the chat. So go on, go on. I love it. I love it. I love it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but and that's just how they were conditioned, and you know, it sucks and it hurts you in a relationship because you assume that they know that they love you. You assume that you're like, well, yeah, I love you, and but you don't express it sometimes. So that can absolutely hurt you. Not even in your romantic relationship, but like with your kids. At work, there's probably some kind of communication disconnects that you need to work on. So yeah, it's absolutely.
All right, so let me go to the main topic for today. All right, rejection. Why rejection is important? What do you think about that?
I think rejection is a great opportunity for to redirect. I think it's a great opportunity for a learning experience. I think it's a great opportunity for you to learn to get out of your comfort zone. So one of my challenges, I constantly do things to get myself out of my comfort zone, looking for a no, looking for somebody to say no to me. So that is something that, and like when it comes to dating, so I find it so annoying when a guy doesn't take rejection well. I find it so annoying.
We here, girl. This
I'm
is
like,
why this is the
bro,
main topic. This is why we here.
this is not about you. Like, why am I going to entertain something that's not going to go anywhere? Like, it's just a waste of time for both of us. Right? So
when you said they don't take it well, what do you mean? What actions are followed up after the rejection?
Oh, I have had guys tell me things like, well, why? Or like, like if I say like, no, I'm not interested, like I don't want to go out with you. And they're like, well, but I'm this and but I'm that, and or stuff like that. And I'm like, no. And it's just a complete turnoff. And I'm just like, if you can't take this rejection, that says a lot about you. So I'm like, thank God I just did this right now and I saw it and I'm not going to have to deal with it.
So what you're saying is that not being able to accept rejection is a red flag.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. And
yes,
if you're not okay with me saying no to you now, what's going to happen down the line when I do tell you no? Are you going to force it? Are you going to make me feel uncomfortable? Well, quick question. And hold on. I have it here somewhere. Does saying no or rejecting someone make you feel safe? I'm not sure if I'm paraphrasing it the right way, but
safe.
Yes.
Give me an example.
Hold on. I know I read it down somewhere. Yeah. Rejection is safe, right? So let me see if I can explain. To me, right? The worst thing anyone can say to me is no, right? I'm not gonna cry about it. I'll get over it, right?
Yes.
Me personally, I love rejections because I've been through a lot. I actually, same thing, practice to get rejected.
Yes.
I remember the very first time when I was like, yo, I was talking to my best friend. I was like, yo, we really want to get good at this dating thing. We need to take our feelings out of it. And the best way to take our feelings out of it, let's go get rejected 200 times. And then we stood like in a big crowd of people, and it was a simple exercise. Let's just say hi to people. That's it. Let's just say hi. And a lot of people did not say hi to us, right? A lot of people did say hi to us. Some even made conversation with us. But most of the people did not say hi to us. Right? So rejection is something that you gotta practice.
You absolutely do. And if I'm being completely honest,
yes,
it gives you points if you can take rejection well. Because it says a lot about your confidence. It says a lot about, the type of personality that you have. Yeah. It says a lot about how you handle conflict. So if I say it's happened to me before, and it makes me like, and sometimes can't think of a specific example right now, but I don't have a bad image of you if I say no, and you're like, okay, whatever, and you take it well. It's like, cool, like this guy's cool.
Agreed. Arctic Snow Jogger, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you. So I think one of the biggest issues that I'm not speaking for all men, but most men have, is that they think no means not right now. Like I've seen a lot of videos.
That may be persistent.
Yes. Like, I've seen a lot of women say no means no, right? But I've also seen a lot of videos where no means try harder.
Hard to get. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't want to be easy. I don't want to listen. I like you. I'm just saying no because I don't want to seem like a hoe. I don't want to seem like too easy.
That's funny.
Right?
If I'm honest, I've been both.
Which is toxic. That's very toxic.
It is. It absolutely is. But see, that's how I was growing up. It was like, don't say hi on the first time. Like, I mean, don't say hi. Don't say yes on the first time. Okay. Make them work for it. But then wait,
what? Don't say no the first time. Make them work for it?
I've gotten that advice before. Yes. And sometimes it has worked, to be honest. So
it sounds like games.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Girl, that sounds like you're being toxic again. Why don't you just say how you feel, right? Even Alpha says that, ask her if you say no, but also let's be friends, right? Like, do you really want to be friends, or are you just saying that to be polite?
When you say let's be friends?
Yeah. Alpha, rephrase the question one more time so she'll see it. She'll see when it pops up. Yeah, because even Kitty says, do you mean when you ask her out? And then she says no, and then you ask her to be friends. Like, Alpha, rephrase it and we'll go back to that. But going back to what you said. You said you say no.
Yes.
But come on, Gabby. Again, that's
no. I'm telling you, that's how I used to be.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I've been both, is what I said. Yeah. Not right now. Right now, I don't play games. Okay. No, there's no game playing right now.
So that's okay.
But I used to, so I know and that's why I said, like, I would do it because it would work, and that's the advice that I would get. Mm-hmm. So, and it filters out those people. It filters out a lot of people too. Like, if they're not trying, then it filters out a lot of people. But I don't think that's healthy. I don't.
Okay. So what? Okay, you just told me why it's good, because it filters out people. So why is it bad then? Why is it not healthy?
Why is it not healthy to say no?
Yeah, to say no first, just to see what their response is.
Because you're playing games.
Okay, because you're just giving the positive. What's the negative to it, though?
What do you mean? I'm sorry, I'm not understanding.
It's okay. Okay, so I like games, or in some cases when you're being strategic, right? Because the fact of the matter is, when it comes to dating, you have to filter people through, right? Yes. You got dating is filtering. You're talking to so many people. You got to see who's the right fit for you. So in that sense, yes, play a game because you're filtering, right? So you say no at first, but then later you'll say yes, correct? And you'll see their character. You'll see if how responsive they are to rejection. Mm-hmm. You'll see what their physical and emotional state is. And then you're like, you know what? This person is good and healthy. This person passes. This person doesn't have a red flag. Great. He moves on to the next stage. So, what's the con to playing that game? That's what I'm asking.
I mean, they can just decide to say, okay, then bye. That's an easy one. So that way
do you feel like you miss out on somebody right there who could have been great?
If your intention was to try to make them, to pursue you more, and they don't, absolutely, then you're going to be like, gosh, and then you're wondering, like, why isn't he trying? But it's because
you play games. There you
told him.
Yes. All right. Can we be real? Let's be real quick, because I know you got to go. I'm so sorry. That's okay. This is great. This is really, really great. Right? Okay. I come to you and I said, Gabby, my intentions are friends with benefits. Right? I'll keep it simple. Friends with benefits. The benefits are we'll go on cute dates here and there, but I want something more physical. Right? So we number one, I love doing virtual dates before the actual date, because again, that filters through. That's my game. That's my toxic trait, right? So I'll do the virtual date, right? Cool. Yeah. You pass. You look good. You got chemistry. Great. Let's go on the first date.
You're not being catfished?
Exactly. You're not being catfished. There you go. I'm telling you, the filtering, it works.
Yep.
Right? So now we're going to first thing. You know what to expect because we talked the day before, right? We FaceTime, and then we're feeling it. We have chemistry. Everything is clicking on all ends. And I'm like, man, we're being so flirty. We're being touchy-feely. And I'm like, and then we kissed. And the kiss was good. Real good, right? And I'm like, Gabby, you want to come back to my place or yours? And you want to, but your game now says, say no.
Yeah.
Say no. And now I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to respond well. That's just me because I love rejection and all that stuff. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Right? But in my head, once I go home, all right, I told her what I wanted. I said, hey, I want friends with benefits, but I want the physical more.
Set your boundaries.
Yes. We're clicking on all cylinders. We have chemistry. We can have that friendship, right? The chemistry leads into everything else. But you said no to the physical part, the most important part. Now I'm just going to go and explore my options elsewhere. Now I'm not going to pay you as much attention. You're not number one priority anymore. You're like down on the list. So I think
you're going to look for that somewhere else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah.
But if you guys had that agreement to just be friends with benefits and just go on dates and, you know, be physical here and there, like, this should be fine.
Yeah, but you're
right?
That's what I'm asking you. But you said old you used to play the game.
Yes.
New you don't play these games no more.
No.
Okay. So, would you kiss on a first date?
No.
Have you ever
My
kissed
first
on a
date
first
is to just kind of to get to know you. Have I? I don't think I have, actually. I don't think I have.
Really?
No.
You've never kissed on a first date?
Mm-mm.
Chat. Listen, I'm not calling you out, but chat. Do we here believe that Gabby has never, ever, ever kissed on the first date?
I haven't.
We'll see. Never.
Mm-mm.
How many first dates have you been on? Is it like a lost count?
Maybe. No, it's not that many. See, that's the thing. Like, I don't like to waste time with people. I used to like just want to go on dates because of free food. I'm a big foodie, but now.
Did you just say free food?
I'm honest, okay? Honest.
I love that. I love the fact that you said it because a lot of girls do not say that. We know it.
Oh.
We know it, but not a lot of girls say it. Okay? What, Bailey, come on.
There's no sugar coating it. Like, I've had a really bad date once where I was like, I remember the mentality that I had was like, well, I guess I'll get free food. We'll see how it goes, right? So I go, and it was like the worst date ever. Like, I could not stand his voice. He was just so socially awkward. Like, it was terrible. And so after that, I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing this anymore. We're gonna be serious with that because
listen,
it's okay. I can pay for my own meals.
Okay, I know we went past the 10 minutes. We need you back. Okay, we have so much more to talk about.
I can talk for days.
All right, we need you back. Listen, don't be a stranger. Feel free to hit me up. All right, I do this Monday to Friday. Saturday is I'm with my kids. Not my kids. Oh my God, I said kids. I'm with my daughter. All right. And right now the dogs are being super needy. Stop touching his penis. All right. Listen.
That's funny.
Hold on. Yes. Listen. Fact of the matter is, we need you back on. Okay. Let me share the vision and the goal for this. Right. So obviously, as I said, it's to educate, but I want to build a panel of. I want to bring on people. Give me the whole LGBTQ community. Because everybody has different perspectives, everybody has different truths. Like, I said this before, I don't know what it's like for a guy to hit on a guy or a girl to hit on a girl. I don't know what it's like to hit on a transgender or anything. I don't know. There's a lot I don't know. So I want to bring on so many people. And I love the fact that you're a life coach because, shit, a lot of people here did not know what a life coach is, right? Mm-hmm. And now people are saying they need a life coach.
Oh, if I'm honest, everyone needs a life coach. I have one. We all need it. No matter where we are in life, mm-hmm. we all could benefit from having one.
Okay. That's my thing. So most of us didn't know what it is. Listen, one last thing before we leave. Do you mind defining what is dating to you, and then we'll answer chat, and then you can go.
Absolutely, it's very simple.
What is dating to you?
For me personally, mm-hmm. not like, like I said, no judgments. You can use dating however you want. For me, dating is to find my husband. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yep.
I like those simple answer.
Yeah.
All right, chat. Before she goes, because she has to go, Armando, welcome back. Good to see you, Armando. You are super hilarious. Before Gabby goes, ask your last questions to her. I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be live. I'm going to answer those questions. But any questions you have to Kathy, no, oh my God. Any questions you have to Gabby?
Gabby, same thing.
Yeah. Please put it in the chat right now. Whatever it is, whatever you want to know. Also, please take a second. Go follow her on TikTok. Go follow her on Instagram. It's the same thing. It's _ Gabriela Escalante. Okay? Just say hi. Be like, hey, I'm from the stream. Like her videos. Show her a lot of love. And Kathy Van Marder, Kitty, reach out. I know you
would
you
love
got
to connect.
All right?
Yes.
Reach out for sure. Okay? Any last questions, guys? Hold on. All right. Bailey?
So when you guys go onto my page and stuff, you'll see that I kind of decided to specialize in helping women.
Okay.
If I'm honest, one of the reasons is because when I first said I was a life coach, all these guys that were wanting something more with me were like, oh, I need a life coach. And I'm just
doing it in a sexual way.
Yeah, like with different intentions. And I'm like, that's not what I'm here for. And you're just going to tell me what I want to hear. So that's why I decided to specialize with just women. But
what if she's gay?
I love what?
What if she's a lesbian?
I know life coaches that specialize with those types of people. Not those types of people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. But I know people that are super familiar with that. So I would definitely send them to better resources because I'm not too familiar with it, if I'm honest, and I wouldn't want to.
That's okay. Again, it
and I
like
always
setting
vet.
Your boundaries, so
I always vet everybody that I, before they become clients. I always vet them because I'm like, if I can't help you, I will let you know, and I will find you someone who can.
Okay. This is general, but who pays? Oh yeah. Alpha wants to know who pays on the first dates with you personally.
I think men.
Why?
Well, in my experience, if they invited me, then I think it's,
Okay, so whoever the inviter is.
Yeah.
Okay, how many people, how often do you invite a guy on a date? Out of 10? What?
I don't think I ever have.
So guys are paying 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Interesting, Gabby. I'm sorry. I gotta call you out on that. But I'll do it another time. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later for sure. Okay.
And that goes back to another, thing that like.
Is it gender roles or is it?
It was just kind of the way that I grew up.
Okay.
My parents told me that I had to be taught.
I got mad questions, Gab.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, you say it's the way how you were taught, right? And
yes.
You say you're old fashioned. But what do you consider yourself? Are you a modern day woman or are you a traditional woman?
Ooh, I would say I'm half. I'm like in between. Because there are some things where I'm really traditional and there are some things that I'm more modern.
Okay. Because, modern day women, they want equality. They want to, especially when you're a boss bitch, you're a CEO. You don't have to pay for me. You don't have to do any this and that. So, well, that's a whole different topic.
Yeah,
but love the answer. Any more questions for her? When in doubt, refer out. Yes. Wait, what does that mean? When in doubt, refer out.
I think she is talking about when I said, if I can't help you, I will find you someone who can.
Gotcha. Kathy Van Marder, do you have any questions whatsoever? Anything else? Alpha, it
She
can be
says
a
she
guy.
has a friend who's helping her, so that's
Okay.
awesome.
Amazing, 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 amazing. All right. Any final thoughts on the show? Anything you
No,
want
thank
to
you
say?
for having me here. I had a lot of fun. So, yeah, we'll see when we can make it happen again.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Show her a
You're
lot of love.
welcome.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. And have a fantastic day. Okay.
You too.
All right. Cheers. Sit back, baby.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Hold on. Let me end this. Okay. Okay. All right. Listen, Billy. I love you. You're my nigga. I can say it's my show. You're my nigga, but you hella needy right now. Listen, and you're not protecting me. There's nothing to protect me from. Okay? Hold on. Chat, give me 1 second. I'm gonna come back to you. I'm gonna get to you, but I gotta clean up poop. Give me a second. Stay. Billy, come on. Move. Okay, hold on. Alright, hold on. Here we go. Okay, guys, this is so much freaking fun, man. God, I love doing these shows. These shows makes me super, super, super happy. Okay? Alright, listen. Chat, it's now me and you. You and The Rock. We're gonna be locked in right now, guys. We're gonna be locked in. Listen, I'm gonna give it an opportunity to come on stream, okay? If you want to talk in Discord, jump into the waiting room, okay? I repeat, if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, jump into the waiting room on Discord. Or if you want to face with The Rock, okay? You and me, one-on-one, baby. You can go to Zoom, okay? If you want just me and you to talk, type in the chat, let me know, or we can do a Discord. If not, if you just want to keep typing, that's completely okay as well. All right? And also, don't forget, go show her some love. Man, this was great. This was really, really, really great. Chat, what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Gabriella so far? Type in the chat. I think she was amazing, man. She has a lot of stuff. She has a lot of knowledge. Like, smart woman. Very, very smart woman. I can't wait to hear more from her. I can't wait to have her back. Okay. So, Kathy says, no, Kitty. I'm going to just call you Kitty because there's two Kattys in the chat. Kitty says, Alpha, it can be the guy or the girls or split the ticket. Kitty says, I'm good. It was great. Oh, dear Lord, help us. You're not set up to do a video right now. Kitty, if you want to do Xbox Party, we can. Because I know you don't use Discord that well. If you do, just let me know, okay? I'll jump into Xbox Party. 16, what's up, 16? Welcome to the channel. Glad to have you. Did you hear from a different source? Did hearing it from a different source help you? Yes. Listen, I've said this before. Sometimes, I want to be careful with what I say. You got to consider the source. Sometimes when somebody close to you is telling you something, you're not really getting it. But then when a third party comes in and tells you, that's when it hits. Because I feel like third parties, to me personally, are non-partial. And they'll see a different picture than what I'm seeing and what the person is seeing. So, I think that helps. So, yeah. Alpha says you can come next time. Just gotta let me know. I love it, Alpha. Look, Alpha, I do this Monday to Fridays. Okay, today's what, Wednesday? It's Thursday? It's 12:04 right now. So what is it? It's technically Wednesday right now. So, Alpha, if you want to do it again tonight, I'm down. I'm definitely down. Okay? So, yes. Tirana, yes, it did help. Kitty said she has to restart her Xbox. That's completely fine. Okay, so let's go back to that Tirana, I see what you're doing there, Tirana. I see what you're doing there. What is dating to me? Okay, I'll put it this way. To me, it's like shopping. Right? See, when you go shopping, you're looking around. You're sorting through. You're filtering. Right? You want to see what's the best fit for you. A lot of times, something looks really, really good on the rack. You hold it up to you. You're like, damn, I think I can pull this off. But then when you try it on, it's not the right fit. More importantly, I think dating is kind of like being in the dressing room. You know those movie montages where, the guy's sitting down and the girl is like modeling, going back and forth, or the opposite way. That's dating to me. You're trying on different things. Sometimes something's a little bit too loose. Sometimes something is a little bit too tight. But what you're searching for is that right fit, right? And then when you buy it is when you become exclusive, right? You buy it, you go outside, you're wearing it out there into the world. And also, even when you're exclusive, you're still dating because you know why? You can always return. You can always bring that clothing back. And if you don't like the person you're dating exclusively, you can always bring them back to the department store. That's it. Clip that. One take. Boom. 1 million views. No, I'm serious. I'm actually clipping that right now. Hold up. Boom. That's clipped. Alright, what's next, guys? What's next? Yo, Alpha, I swear to God, I was listening to the Rock's new the Rock song. It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour, put in the work, put in the hours, and take what's ours, right? And then the part where he was like, one take. That's it. I was like, ooh, chills. Absolute chills. So, that's where that came from. Kat. Alright, I got you right now. Let me open up an Xbox party and you just jump in, okay? Also, Alpha, you have me on Xbox, right? So if you want to jump in as well, feel free. Okay. Kat, I'm officially in a party right now, okay? Feel free to jump in when you're ready. I mean, kitty. Yes, ma'am. I got you. What's up, kitty? My check. Kitty in the building. Oh my God, do I have her muted?
Okay, my head's.
Oh, there you go. Kitty, how you doing today?
I'm doing.
Listen, first off, once again, thank you so much for sharing all of that stuff, man. I really do. Like, I come to you multiple times.
If it's going to help somebody in the long run, I don't mind sharing some of my past.
I think I love. Look, okay, that's a lie. I don't love open, deep conversations. I'm getting better at it. I've had a lot.
That you are.
I tend to have a lot of shallow conversations, right? But I'm learning to love it. Okay, I'm getting better at it. Okay,
well, that's good.
So, I'm really liking these conversations, and I feel like we do pretty well together, Kitty. Yes, I really, really do. Listen, you said a lot of stuff I definitely want to talk about if only you feel comfortable, so let me know.
Ask away.
Okay. I'm gonna scroll back up, okay? Now, do you mind elaborate a little bit more when you said that you feel alone when you're with friends and family?
When you're different than your friends or your family?
Different, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
For me, I'm an empath and a medium.
Okay. Just for the chat, just for chat purposes, do you mind explaining to chat what's an empath and what's a medium?
Okay, an empath is you can feel things deeper. You can feel hidden meanings. Also, it's really hard to explain, but as a medium, oftentimes I can see and hear things that are unsaid.
Okay.
I tend to read a lot of body language, how you phrase things, how you look at me, facial expressions, body expressions, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Basically, don't try to fool an empath or a medium.
Okay.
Because they'll pick up on it. We're also big on overthinking. That just comes with the territory. But as a medium, oftentimes you can receive messages, you can hear, see, feel. It's just totally different than what you would normally experience. You can walk down the street and be totally oblivious to some of the stuff that's going on.
Okay, so like going back then now, when you say as an empath and as a medium, I feel things. So to the question, you said you feel alone around friends and family. Elaborate.
I can feel that I make them uncomfortable because I'm very outspoken. I dress differently. I act differently.
Okay.
A lot of it is I don't feel the connection that I used to feel.
To them?
To them.
Okay.
When my mother passed away 6 years ago, the rock of our family disappeared.
Okay.
The glue. So I'm the closest to my dad.
Okay.
I feel the most secure and safest around him because he understands that for me, I'm not like my sisters and I'm not like my brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like my sisters in this aspect that I care about my hair. I care about my nails, makeup, how I appear on the outside because I know what I'm worth on the inside. To phrase it as my mom did, I am different because I have a heart of gold. But like anything made of gold, it's very soft and can be damaged easily. So hurtful words, phrases, hurtful looks. If I'm talking to you and you turn slightly one way, I'm going to know you're no longer interested. And I'll end the conversation, even if you were kind of interested, but you're like keeping track of a kid or something.
Okay, so tell me something, Kitty. Is this, when you say my friends and my family, is this universal? Is this for most of them? Is like a majority? Are you speaking for majority of them?
I have one, maybe two friends that I feel totally comfortable and can bare my soul to.
Okay, so it sounds like those are the friends that you should focus on.
Kind of hard to do. One is in Maryland and the other is in Connecticut.
Yes, you can, Christian. Did things change after your mom died? Is that when you started being alone? Started to feel alone?
Yes. My mom understood me completely.
Okay.
My mom understood what I was going through. Empaths and mediums tend to suffer from severe depression and anxiety.
Okay.
We have wicked mood swings. We can be happy-go-lucky at a party, and the next minute, we just want to leave. We're done.
Okay.
So when my mom passed, everything changed. I no longer had somebody I could go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it still hurts. I still miss her dearly. There are times that because like I said, I'm different. Not many people knew this. In fact, my family doesn't even know this. Only about 4 or 5 people, beside you, know that I am a medium. Every now and then, I'll still feel my grandmother and my mother.
Yeah.
I can feel every now and then like a hand on my shoulder, like, you got this.
I like that.
On my lowest times.
Christian, we're in Xbox Party. Christian, let me know what topic you want to talk about before I bring you in. FaZe Lou, welcome back. Welcome back. Good to see you. Sorry, continue.
So when my mom I lost the connection to the family.
Mm-hmm.
She was my medium. She was my go-between. I've helped several people unknowingly. Sometimes when a spirit or something, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't believe in spirits, but they are there. When a spirit speaks to me, oftentimes they'll use me.
You're talking about
to
the
pass
Holy
on a
Spirit,
message.
or you're talking about like a past spirit, like someone who has died?
Someone who has passed.
Christian, what topic specific, Christian? Be as specific as possible. Go on.
Be as specific as possible.
No. Sorry, not you. I'm telling Christian
Oh.
to be as specific as possible. My apologies. So here's what I'm hearing, and tell me if I'm wrong or right. Your mom was your rock, your glue, right? She was.
Right.
It sounds like she was also your best friend, someone you could confide in. You know, someone that understood you, and you struggle being. You struggle with feeling understood, and there's only one or two people, whether friends or family, right now currently, that you can talk to and you can share these things with, right? So after she passed away, you felt even more closed off. You felt even more withdrawn, right? And right now currently, you struggle with sharing your emotions and sharing your feelings, just sharing in general with people. Am I correct or am I off?
You're 100% correct.
Kathy wants
To give you an example, if I go into a store,
Okay.
I have to mentally tell myself, you've got this, you're going to be okay, especially if there's a lot of people like Walmart.
Okay.
Usually I have a grounding factor. Somebody on the phone I'm talking to. Our local stores, I know just about everybody. So I'm
Okay.
comfortable there in the fact that I know people. But if I'm in a place like Walmart or the mall, I have to have a grounding factor. I have to have either somebody on the phone or I have to have somebody with me. Or I will literally panic in the middle of the store. I will have a mental breakdown.
I see.
I will shut down.
Wow.
And a lot of that is because you feel everything around you, the vibes. If somebody's angry, upset, happy, in pain, and so forth, you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And it can become very, very overwhelming. And that's why I don't go out.
Okay.
As you can tell, it's very difficult to explain that in chat.
It's a lot to type. I understand. And I can tell a lot more by your tone. So I do understand for sure. Like, I'm not in your position, so I don't understand 100%. Like, I'm not as empathetic. Like, I'm not in your shoes, but I'm doing my best to understand.
You learn, the older you get, the more you learn to shut things out. And that includes making walls. Well, sometimes those walls interfere with relationships.
Ooh.
Because you're just so overwhelmed at everything that
I'm there with you.
you just shut everything down.
I'm there with you. Hold on. Alpha, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you so much for all the amazing questions. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everything, Alpha. Thank you. Have a fantastic night, okay? Christian, I'll bring you in soon. I'll bring you in within the next 10 to 15 minutes. We just got Kathy in here, but I'll bring you in soon, okay? I'll send you an invite through Xbox Party.
And to answer Kathy's question, have you ever wanted to embrace being a medium? I have embraced it. That is how I help other people.
Okay.
And that's why it hit me so hard when I lost the one kid that I had been mentoring for 2 years. This kid went from a social reject, a failure in school, and wanting to commit suicide to looking forward to the future. And what hit me the hardest is I didn't see when he slipped. I didn't notice when he backtracked. because without physically being there, I can't read body language.
Okay.
I can't tell you how you're feeling over the Xbox except through your voice. And if you're good at manipulating people, which a lot of times suicidal people are, they learn how to make people believe what they are told. And I realized that after a while, he wasn't acting the same. But by then it was too late. He went too far. And I couldn't get him to understand that I couldn't help him any further because he needed somebody else to help him. I'm not a certified psychologist. I'm not a professional in this. I can only handle what you throw at me if I've experienced it.
Yeah.
And I've attempted suicide 3 times. And then I had my daughter. She became my reason to survive. My daughter is now 21. She's an amazing young woman. But there are times that I feel
This was
I
3 times
failed
before
her.
you had your daughter?
Yep.
Okay.
I wasn't supposed to have kids. Ever.
Okay.
So, I feel I let her down because I couldn't protect her from her father, who he's a narcissist. And
You know-
he has a mental issue.
I just
He
made a video
refuses
about
to
this.
seek help.
Empaths? No, narcissists are attracted to empaths.
Yes, because they feel they can control them. Also, empaths feel the need to fix, the need to heal. So, for a narcissist, they'll take that need and turn it around and make you start believing that everything was your fault, that you're the reason this is happening, that you need to change. And after a while, it breaks you. And this is coming from experience. I broke. And it took me a hell of a long time to rebuild. I'm not talking days or weeks. I'm talking years.
Hello, Devolny. Welcome to the channel. Continue, Kat. I'm listening.
So, to anybody out there that's experiencing similar issues, get away. Run.
All right. She's talking about narcissists, guys. If you're an
You-
empath, stay away from
You
narcissists.
cannot fix them. I live with one right now. He's the one that broke me. I am not the same I was 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay. Can I ask you a question? Real quick. The Volney, I'm doing pretty good. Welcome to the channel. Super happy to have you. If you have any questions, dating wise or anything else, feel free to jump in, ask. We're here for you. Okay. Kat.
Yes.
I asked this question because earlier today I was talking about divorce. I was talking about separation, and I was like, earlier today I was just like, why not stay in the house just to pay the bills, right? But I'm relating this right now because you say you live with this narcissist. You're living with the person right now, right?
Yes.
So my question is, why?
Right now, I really have no escape.
Escape. Can you elaborate when you say escape?
Well, I'm unable to get work. Without an income, I can't pay my bills.
Okay.
So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because he's the only one bringing in the money.
Okay.
He pays for all the bills. I'm also stuck here because I promised my mother, and Lord, if I don't follow through on it, she will haunt me until I die. I promised to be here with my dad until the day he goes and meets her.
To be in that same household with your dad? Is that what you promised?
My husband has agreed to divorce. However, I just need to locate work. Unfortunately, I'm looking at an hour drive just to find work.
Okay.
And I don't have a vehicle. The only vehicle we have works all right for a 35-minute drive, but it won't work for an hour drive.
Okay.
So,
I understand.
kind of sucks.
No, I get you. I get you. Christian says always keep your head up.
Oh, yeah. I have a kid that messages me just about every day, asking how I'm doing and stuff. He was discharged from the military for a medical issue. And now he's struggling to find his place. He came out a few years prior, and his family didn't accept the fact that they had a gay son. They kept putting him down, and I met him, and I could tell something wasn't right. And once we got to talking, he opened up and admitted that he was looking at suicide. I said, that's not the answer.
See, this is what I'm sorry, Kat, but hold on, but this is why I want to do this show. Because that's why I said give me the whole freaking LGBT community. Because I don't know what it's like to reach out to someone like that. Or to just be like, hey, it's okay to express yourself when I've never been through that. You know?
I'm
like,
bisexual.
There you go. Like, I don't know what it's like. So I want to create a platform where people can feel comfortable to share their feelings and people can feel like they can relate. You know? So, man, Kat, I feel you. I feel you a lot. Okay.
Well, let's put it this way. When your family shames you because you like the same sex or you like both sexes or whatever. My daughter just went through this because she just came out as asexual. Asexual means that, or pansexual, sorry. She's come out pansexual. It means that she has so much love in her that she doesn't care if you're an animal or a human. She's going to love you the same. And she's also bisexual.
Okay.
So she's interested in both men and women. She's more towards the women than the men. And I support her 100%. My family didn't take it very good. They were pretty rough on her, and I said, just keep your chin up, girl. Eventually, they'll come around. And they did. They accepted the fact that my daughter is the way she is.
Okay.
However, if I were to come out with it, I'd get shunned from my family in a heartbeat.
Wow.
Simply because they feel that as a mother, I shouldn't be that way, that I should be in church. They're very religious. That I should go to church all the time. That
thing?
It is.
Okay.
When I was growing up, you didn't
question.
hear about gays. You didn't hear about lesbians and stuff like that.
What do you think about what Kathy has to say? She has two questions for you.
What did she ask? I'm not looking at my phone right this second.
She says, do you have a passion or interest in helping with suicide prevention? That's the first question.
Yes, actually, I reach out to quite a few people on the internet. Well, on Xbox.
Okay.
Because I'm on most of the time till around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I get on again around noon.
Okay.
So I'm on a majority of the time.
So,
I tell them, if you need anything, just let me know.
If I'm breaking this down, would you say that helping people in that sense makes you happy?
If it means saving a life, yes.
And would you
if I can make somebody smile, if I can make somebody happier, even when I'm not happy.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better because I know I've done something. I've contributed in a good way.
Okay. I like that. And she also said maybe you could help people online, kind of like what you're already doing right now. You know, like you're already doing it on Xbox, right? I believe there are, I know for a fact, I don't know what the exact numbers are, but I know for a fact I have a friend and she does suicide prevention line. She works like on their stuff. And I think you can do this either from home or at a physical spot, where people just call in and they just talk to you, and you can talk them down, and that's a job right
Well,
there.
the thing is, for me, is I can't have a job that is going to tie me into one place or make me reliant on a phone or something, because one, we do tend to have power outages here. And two, I'm on call with my dad 24 hours a day. I could get a call at 8 o'clock at night. He needs me to come check his furnace, or come check this, or come check that. Or during the day, he calls me and he'll be like, hey, I got to go to town. Will you go with me? All right, I had the hiccups. So for me right now, helping people on the Xbox, it works because they're anonymous. I don't know who you are. I know your game tag, but that's all I know.
Okay.
I did meet somebody who was going through a rough time. I'm not going to name anything.
That's okay.
He was literally on the verge of breaking.
Kat, give me 1 second. I don't want to interrupt for a second, but do you mind if I just sidetrack real quick?
What you need?
So we have Christian. Christian Be Live. Christian, are you still here? Let me know. He wants to jump into a conversation, and he needs a little advice. Okay.
Sure.
I told him 10-15 minutes, so it's been about that time. I'm gonna bring him in.
Sure, bring him in.
Once again, I'm not ignoring what you're saying. I'm just like, let's touch back on that a little bit later, because we've talked quite a few times, so we can definitely go back towards
Well, let's
it, for
put
sure.
it this way. For anybody in the chat, you have my game tag, and you obviously, if you need
If
my
somebody
Facebook,
wants to reach out to you, yes,
speak
that's
to
what I was
Rock,
gonna say.
he can give you my Facebook. Reach out.
Okay, so let me say this one more time.
Don't hesitate.
If anyone wants to reach out to Kathy Van Martyr, her Facebook is the same exact thing. It's on the chat. Her Facebook is Kathy Van Martyr. Kathy, do you mind typing in the chat one more time, because your name is not on the screen, just so people can see? All right? Or you can just jump into the Facebook chat right now and send her a friend request and send her a message, okay? That's all you gotta do. Okay? There it is. She says, hey. Once again,
Yeah, it
if
should pop up
anyone
here in
wants
just
to
a
reach
moment.
out,
Just shoot me a message.
Serrano,
Just look me up on Facebook
shoot
chat.
her a message, okay? Awesome. All right. Now, can
I will.
I'm gonna do one
talk
final
to you
note
any
on
way I
that.
can.
I'm gonna do one more final note on that. So here's my thing. I don't want to sound rude whatsoever, okay? But basically, all right. See, here's the thing, though. Family, you don't choose, right?
But you choose your friends.
Exactly, right? So there's very little I can say about the family, but I'm gonna say a lot about the friends. Since you choose your friends, you gotta be very selective with them, and also you want to surround yourself with people that are gonna build you up, that's gonna support you,
Of course.
that's gonna put great, amazing thoughts into your head. You want to put yourself. Listen, I know it's hard, but it's healthier for you. It doesn't have to be forever, but just for a time. And you need people around you that's going to help you heal and grow. You know? So
I have connected to some people here on Xbox. We game all the time. In fact, one of the reasons I get on Xbox, and if they're not on, I'll watch Netflix till they're on and ready to game.
And if Netflix is not working,
And
you can come hang out with The Rock live every day.
But I will connect with them, and we'll go play Cold War.
All right, I'm going
And
to get Christian in
we will just
right now. Keep
run.
talking, though.
Go ahead and bring him in.
Yes, I'm looking.
And we'll just run. And that's the highlight of my day, is getting on and interacting with these guys, because they see me as, quote unquote, one of the guys.
Okay.
I'm not a female. I'm not the female gamer.
I
I'm
don't know if
somebody
that's
they can hang with and have fun
Is
with.
that a compliment though? I'm not the female gamer.
Sometimes.
I'm not a
Sub-green.
female. I'm not a female gamer. I don't know if that's a good thing, Kat. I don't know. All right.
I don't
Anyway.
want to be judged because I'm female. I want to be judged because I'm on the Xbox and I'm gaming. I'm just a gaming person. I'm a gamer.
Okay. I love it. I dig it. I
Plus,
absolutely
I'm
do.
not a girl. I'm a woman.
All right. So we're gonna switch it up a little bit, guys. Let me introduce Christian, aka Mr. Green Bean, aka Christian B Live in the building. What's up, Christian?
What's up, Christian?
What's up?
How you doing today, man?
Good.
Awesome. Christian, do you mind telling the chat how old you are?
I'm 15 years old.
All right, you're 15. And what was the question that you want to know?
How to be a good boyfriend.
Okay. Let me see if I can
Communication.
turn your volume up. Make sure everybody can hear you loud and clear.
See my mic?
Communicate.
Okay. One more time. What was the question?
He
How
asked
to be
how
a
to be a
good
good
boyfriend.
boyfriend.
Okay. So I'm gonna let Kat goes first, and then I'm gonna go afterwards. Okay. And chat, if you have any tips to give Christian how to be a good boyfriend, please throw it out right now. Okay.
I would like to bring one thing up right quick.
Yeah. Talk to me.
Yes.
Okay, so I had lost a nanny and a parent. My nanny died 10 years ago, and 10, 11 years ago, and sometimes I would think about it, and sometimes I cry, or sometimes I punch my wall because I want her back, you know, and then my parent died 5, 6 years ago, and I miss them both, you know.
It's hard when you lose a loved one.
Yeah,
But you said your nanny died and your parents died.
no, my parent.
Okay. Continue.
And you know, sometimes I'd be like happy, and then sometimes I'd be depressed, you know.
That happens. It's commonly known as survivor's guilt. You survived when they passed on. It's a very common thing, and it comes out in different ways.
Okay.
We all know eventually we're going to lose people. We're just never ready for it.
Great.
And I still think of my mom. She's been gone about 6 years. There are still days that I cry. My family says to me that I should be over that. But I'm not crying because I'm sad she's gone. For me, I'm crying because, one, I miss her.
Okay.
And it's just your body's way of expressing the pain that you're going through. And you can actually miss somebody so much that you cry. But for me now, my tears are happiness because my mom had cancer. She was stage 4. And it was very, very difficult for her because it was a slow, painful death. So I can look back on things and remember the fun we had, the long talks, the games of Scrabble, all these things, all these memories. Yeah, they make me sad because I know they're just memories. But I remember her.
My nanny died of heart failure, and my parent, I don't know what he died of.
Okay.
It happens.
Man, listen, it's very, very hard to lose someone. But I think one thing we got to remember is this, okay? Everyone has 2 deaths, right? The first one, which is what we're experiencing right now, which is when your physical body goes into the ground. And the second death is when your name stops being spoken. And the fact of the matter is, the both of you guys are still talking about them, so they're very much alive. They're very much alive in your heart. All right? They really are.
The hardest part is when someone forgets you.
Agreed. That's what I'm saying. But
And
hold
it
on.
can even be nowadays.
Mhm.
You could be alive, and if somebody has forgotten you that when you've made a mark in their life, it hurts.
It does. It does. But listen, we're gonna switch up the conversations to a lighter note, okay? I love this, but let's switch it up for a little bit.
Anyways, back to the original topic.
Yes. So let me.
Your stream is kind of laggy a little bit.
It's laggy.
It is.
It's
There's
for
a
both of
difference
you?
between the Xbox.
It's like a delay
and-
for me.
Well, there's always gonna be a delay, but is it laggy as in like the stream is glitchy or what?
No.
No,
He's
I
referring
meant
to
to say
the 3
delay.
second delay.
Yes. No.
Yeah, there we go.
There's a delay because right now we're talking to each other in real life, and then the feed has to process and send it to the platform. So yes, there's always a delay. The delay is natural. Don't worry about the delay. It's natural.
Okay.
But
Every platform
your
has a
original
delay.
question was how to be a good boyfriend.
Yeah. So hold up. Let me attack this question this way. Christian, to you, right? What's your definition of a good boyfriend?
Oh my God. Respectful, kind. And
Sincere? Is that what you were gonna say? You cut
Huh?
out for a second.
You said respectful.
cut out for a
kind.
second.
What else?
and that's all I know.
Okay, respectful and kind. Kat, what's your definition of a good boyfriend?
A good boyfriend respects her wishes. He will listen to her. If she's having a bad day, hold her. Tell her she's doing great.
Okay.
She's wonderful.
Loyalty. Okay.
We want to hear approval. We crave being told that we're doing good, even when we don't think we're doing good. Respect, loyalty. You pay attention to her feelings. It's really hard to put into terms. To be a good boyfriend, you have to care about her. You have to love her and support her, even on her worst days.
Even on her worst days. Okay. What about your worst day?
Me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're
I
having a shitty
actually
day.
had a friend help me through this. My worst day is the day I wanted to commit suicide.
Okay. And are you able to show love to somebody even if you're feeling suicidal?
I can feel suicidal, put a smile on my face, and help you through a bad time.
Okay. All right. So going back to the question, then he asks, if you're saying that respect and loyalty and being kind, those are your definition of
Considerate.
considerate. Those are your definition of being a good boyfriend. Is that the advice you give to Christian?
If you're going to be a good boyfriend, you have to look at her not as an object, but as a person.
Do you mind elaborate a little bit more? What do you mean, not as an object?
An object is something that you can hold in your hand that has no emotions, no feeling. It's just there. It's to be displayed.
I don't know what this is.
A
I
person
got-
has feelings. A person is not to be put on display and put on a pedestal and put under glass. That isn't how it works. If you want to stay in a healthy relationship, you have to talk to her. You have to let her know when you feel insecure. When she does something that you don't like, but don't be mean.
What about you, chat?
Um,
What would you say are good attributes, or how can Christian be a good boyfriend? Type in the chat. Continue, Kat.
Somebody said loyalty.
I just came out of a relationship.
Okay, tell me more about that.
Wait, what?
Tell me more about the relationship you just got out of.
So she cheated on me, and
Okay.
I went through her phone and I found out who she was cheating with.
Hold up.
She cheated on you?
Hold up.
Yes.
Let me say something. Hold on. Will says, to be a good boyfriend, you gotta make her laugh, give her your attention, and when she speaks, give her gifts unexpectedly. Okay.
Treat you with my best friend.
Well, wait, what?
It happened a lot more than you expect.
Let's see if
A lot
she,
more
if
than
he's a
anybody
crook.
even knows.
Okay. So many questions. First off, how did you find out she cheated?
I went through her phone.
I'm sorry, that triggers me a little bit.
Okay, right there means you've already suspected something was up. What was the first
Yes.
thing to make you
What
suspect?
made you decide to look through the person's phone? And I'm somehow thinking about chicken wings right now. I don't know why. Maybe I'm hungry, maybe I'm not, but I'm just thinking about chicken. But go on. What made you decide to look through the person's phone? What made you suspect?
Well, I don't even know. I just decided one day to go through her phone.
You
and
don't
see.
even know?
Okay, did she act differently?
Wait, do you think it's normal to go through somebody's phone? No, it's a serious question. I don't know. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what's going through your mind. That's what I'm asking. Is it okay to go through somebody's phone?
I mean, she kind of acted suspicious, you know.
What was her suspicious activities?
Every time someone would text her, she would laugh. Then, like, I'll say, let me see, and she wouldn't, you know.
She was hiding stuff.
Yes.
Wait.
That's usually the guys.
Wait. Let me see if I understand this correctly. Whenever somebody texts her, she laughs. And the fact of the matter, just because she laughs, that makes you think she's suspicious.
No.
And that makes you
He
think.
asked to see what it made her laugh.
Why do you
and
need to
she
see?
would hide it from him.
Why?
Maybe he thought it was a meme.
Kat, in all your relationships, Kat, somebody looks at their phone and they laugh. Do you ask every single time to let me see what it is?
I usually ask what's so funny.
And if the person chooses not to share with you, is
Usually-
that a suspicious activity?
A red flag is when they go nothing and they quickly hide their phone.
Okay, that's an action. That's a suspicious action. But do they have to show
They don't
you?
always share what was so funny. But if they're constantly getting texts from the same person or they're constantly laughing at something on their phone. Of course,
One
I'm
sec,
gonna
my
be
cousin's
quite
calling me. One
curious.
sec.
Go ahead. I'm gonna get very, very curious as to what's making them so happy.
Okay, I feel I need to write this up because this definitely needs to be a conversation, a topic conversation for sure. Is it ever okay to go through your partner's phone? Right? Kat, we'll touch on it a little bit right now. Is it okay? Is it ever okay to go through your partner's phone?
It depends. I mean, if you have full trust in them and they have full trust in you, I don't see why you can't go through each other's phones.
Come back.
But it has to be both ways.
So, let me see if I understand this. It's what you're saying is that it's based on trust.
It is.
Okay.
If you trust the person and you're not stepping out, feel free to hand them your phone.
Okay.
Let them go through your messages.
No.
But don't let it be one-sided.
The person. Hold on, Kat. Hold on. Are you listen to what you're saying? You're saying it's based on trust, right? And you also just said if you trust the person, right? Hand them your phone, right? But
if they ask me, I'm gonna hand them my phone because I have nothing to hide.
that's fair.
But if I have something to hide, I'm not gonna hand them
Hold
my phone.
on. That is completely fair, right? What I'm saying is this. You're the person who asks for the phone, right? As the person who's asking for the phone, you're the obvious one who doesn't have the trust, right? The person who's a trustee who's going to give you the phone, that person could have the trust or they could not. But if you personally, who's asking for the phone, loses trust, does that mean you have all the right? You have reasons to ask for somebody's phone?
It depends, because that's kind of, it's a catch-22.
It's like, oh my God, babe, you're acting weird, you're acting suspicious. I don't feel like I can trust you. Give me your phone. I'm validated because I feel you're basically saying, Kat, because I feel I can't trust you because I
wouldn't
feel
go that far.
Well, that's what you just said, based on the trust, right? Trust.
Suspicious is when you ask somebody, hey, you want to go out? And they're like, no, I'm going to stay home. Or a high school or college kid. Say, hey, let's go get a movie. And they say, no, I'm going to stay home. And then you see on social media that they were out with somebody else. It's going to make you doubt. You're going to want to know what's going on.
So that's having reasonable doubt. That's literally saying that, hey, no,
But
your actions are not matching up with your words. That's what you're saying. You said you asked them to go out, but they said no to you, but they said yes to somebody else. And you caught them lying about going out. Maybe they lied that they didn't want to go out with you, but they definitely went out with somebody else. I get that.
Right.
Right? What's up, Millie?
No, are you interested in that person? Is it serious? Is there something I should know? I mean, there's just a lot of communication that has to occur before you take each other's phone. Now, there are some people out there that take, and that is a condition of their relationship. They look at each other's phones every single day.
Okay. Hold on. Let me go to chat real quick. Okay.
People are weird.
Millie says, pull up the chat when you get a chance to, Kat. All right? Whenever you get a chance so you can see it. Millie says, if you feel you have to look in someone's phone, that relationship is over. Because there must be a reason why, right? Meaning it's not the right relationship for you. I've also heard people say this multiple times. If you feel like you have to look to the phone, might as well just break up with them. Because there's no trust.
Yeah.
Right?
There's no trust at that point.
Kat, you just told me the reason to look through the phone is if there's no trust. And trust,
right?
Trust is also
trust goes
your
both
individual feeling. So if you individually do not feel you can trust this person, you're saying, hey, because I feel this way, because I have suspicions, it's okay
and that's where the
to go through their phone.
Comes in.
Am I correct?
And that's where communication is key.
Communication
because, well, if you're feeling insecure and you're starting to doubt that this person is truly into you, and you'll be like, hey, I'm beginning to feel this way. Can I look through your phone?
Okay.
If they have nothing to hide, they're going to hand it over. But if they've got something to hide, they're not going to hand it over.
Okay.
But you ask before going through somebody else's phone.
Okay.
Don't just pick it up and go
No.
through
Listen. Here's the thing. Maybe I'm being too logical about this, okay? Maybe I'm thinking too logical because I'm just saying. Listen, if the person is defending themselves, right? They're like, listen, babe, I have nothing to hide. Sure, you want to go to my phone? Go to my phone. Here, right? But now, knowing that I have nothing to hide and I give you my phone, and you go through my phone and you find nothing, right? Now I'm gonna look at you differently. Now I'm gonna be like, wow, she doesn't trust me. I trust her, but she doesn't trust me.
The way I see it is, if somebody's willing to hand over their phone,
I'm questioning myself now.
You don't have to go through it.
I'm questioning myself now. Like, no. What do you mean you don't have to go through it? What do you mean by that? As in, like, you don't have to hand your phone over? Because
if a guy,
well, you just told me that you look guilty.
Put his phone in your hand and puts his phone in your hand.
Yeah.
He has nothing to hide.
There you go, but that's contradicting, though. That's very contradicting. You said if he has his phone over to you,
okay,
he has nothing. He has nothing to prove, right? He
has nothing to hide.
He has nothing to hide. But even when he has his, let's just say, listen, people can choose to hand their phone over or not hand their phone over for two reasons. One, why do you need to go to my own personal phone? Why do you need to look at my own thing? Fine. You want to look at it? Great. But now you
there are
lost my
times that I've
trust.
gone through somebody's phone because I
Y'all
needed a
need
number.
to answer any questions?
But I didn't go through. Hold on. I did not go through their messages. I just went and got a phone number out of it, and in that time, a message popped up,
Okay.
and I was like,
wait,
"Hey,
wait.
you want me to
Are
read
you
this
talking
message
about-
from
okay.
so and so?"
Like somebody just lending your phone, like, oh, babe, can I see the GPS? Can I see this? And then you get their phone, and then something pops up. Are you talking about that, or you're talking about like,
Yes.
hey, I'm suspicious of
That's
you doing
what I'm
something.
referring to.
Can I see your phone? Can I see your messages? Is that what you're talking about? Because that's two
No,
different ways.
I'm referring to if you're, say you have GPS up and they're like, where's the next turn? And you pick the GPS up or you look at the GPS on their
Yeah.
phone and a message pops up that makes you suspicious. You're like, what's this?
Okay. So
And
that's saying that
You
hey,
ask, okay, hey,
I
can I
see
read this to
something.
you? And they'll be like, sure, go ahead, and you read it, and it's from another woman. You're going to be like, okay, how long has this been going
okay,
on?
that's valid. That's my point. What I'm trying to say is that if you
But
have
just
valid
asking
reasons,
them for their phone just because you suspect something, no.
okay, if you have valid reasons, you should look through the phone. I give you that. If for example,
If
you're
you're
hanging out with a person, hold on, you're hanging out with a person, just as you said, you're looking at the GPS, and all of a sudden the message pops up that makes you suspicious. That say, hey, that doesn't look right. That makes you feel uncomfortable. Yes, those are valid reasons. I give you that.
But just to
right?
pick it up because you feel that something isn't right,
That's
is a
what I
no-no.
mean. That's not okay.
That's a no-no. Don't ever go through somebody else's phone
Thank
without
you.
permission.
Thank you. Let me go to chat real quick. Okay. Will Xavier says, but you
And
ask a girl.
Christian, I don't have any more questions. Do you have any more questions? Bean.
Nope.
Any more questions? Okay. Awesome. All right, Christian, thank you so much. If you have any more questions, feel free to let me know and jump back into the chat, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Christian. Take care, my brother. Cheers.
You too. Cheers.
All right, hold on. Let me go to chat real quick, okay? So Will says, what you ask a girl for, and they say not that. How you know they're being more protective over their phone? If you're not cheating, just prove you're right by it, but not lying. Or if a girl paying attention to their phone, that's how you know she's cheating on you, and that's how you know they're being overprotective. So, are you saying that being overprotective over your phone is a signal, is a red flag to you cheating? Is that what you're saying? Not to you specifically, to people cheating, being overprotective. Okay, let me go back to Nilly now. Will says yes. Okay, so you hear that? Hear that, cat? Being overprotective over your phone to Will is a sign of cheating. Hold on. Do I have you muted? I hope. Please somebody mute you. Oh, no. Okay. Let me go back to Nilly now.
I'm not muted. I just
No.
haven't
I thought
spoke.
I accidentally muted you. Hold on. Nilly says, if the relationship is good, there's no need to look in each other's phone. If they
Right.
don't make you feel sure, then they are not. Wait. If they don't make you feel sure, then they're not sure of their feelings. If he wanted to be with you, and it's the right one, he will let you know for sure. Okay, so basically what I'm hearing is this, right? Here's what I'm hearing. If you go to somebody and say, hey, I feel uncomfortable. I feel like I'm a little suspicious of certain activities or certain things, certain movements you're doing. You're super protective of your phone. I feel like you're cheating, right?
Well, I would understand if the phone was like a $1,500 phone.
Wait, what?
And that
what does the
person
price have
that
to do
wants...
with-
Hold on. Let me explain. And the person you're loaning, you're going to let look at, has a tendency to break things. Then, yeah, I would be hesitant to hand over a $1,500 phone.
most people have phone
But if they're not
protectors.
going to break it,
Yeah, most people have phone protectors.
don't be super protective of an object.
Okay.
The only things you need to be super protective of is your friends and family.
What I'm saying is this, Kat. If you're communicating, because you say it all comes down to communication, right? If
It
you're
does.
communicative to someone and you share your feelings to them, You tell them you feel unsure. You tell them you feel uneasy. Hey, can I see your phone? It's a valid reason for them to hand it over, right? If you're overprotective, please give me a phone, and then it's okay, right? And you're saying that if the person knows they have nothing to hide, right? Here, take my phone. Sure, go through it, right? And that's okay. Chat, is that what you're saying? Kat, is that what you're saying, Kat?
No.
What are
it
you
has
saying?
to go both ways.
What if the person says,
Like
I
I
don't
said-
feel comfortable giving you my phone?
Well,
Is
then
that
you
gonna
want
make
to
you
ask
more
them
suspicious?
why it makes them feel uncomfortable. Because if it's just simply the fact that it's a new phone, they don't feel comfortable letting other people handle it because they're afraid it's going to get broke and stuff like that. I understand that.
But let's go back to the logic that Nilly says. Lily says that, no, not Nilly. Nilly says that if you feel you have to look in someone's phone, that relationship is over. All right?
It is.
So that's a deal
But
breaker.
for a lot
man.
of people, especially if he has a history of cheating.
Okay. See, that makes more sense. It's kind of like saying someone with priors, right? If someone that went to jail.
If the person you're asking to look at the phone has
history.
proven before that they have been unfaithful, then you're going to want to know.
Okay, so
if they have
that makes sense
to you before, then yeah, you're going to want to know if they're doing it again.
Listen, I agree.
Because
I agree.
You're already been hurt. You don't
Yes.
want that again.
Yes, I agree. 100%. I agree. It's
basically, if you cheat on a woman and she stays with you, you're on probation for life.
I agree. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna use it with the criminal terminology, where it's just like you had priors, you committed a crime before, and if you're suspected, you lost all privileges to defend yourself, in the sense that you have to hand your phone over. You're correct.
Exactly.
I agree with you 100%.
But if it's just a first time and you're like, I think you might be stepping out on me.
Yeah.
Confront him. Don't go through his phone. Confront him.
Okay.
His body language will tell you everything you need to know.
Okay.
If he gets defensive, maybe your hunch is right. If you suspect something, talk it out. Because maybe you're just overreacting.
Okay.
Or maybe you're right.
I respect
You won't
that.
know until you talk to the person. You go, hey, listen, I don't know what to think. I don't know how to feel. But this is what I'm starting to suspect because of these things.
Okay.
You're not as attentive. You're not as committed as you used to be. Maybe it's just because they're going through a phase or they've got a lot on their mind.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let me go to the chat real quick. Okay, so Nelly says, I think protecting the phone is hiding the screen for your partner when texting, or turning the screen down when it's on the table. They don't see the incoming text. It's suspicious behavior. I think you're correct, Nelly. She's saying that when you're hiding your phone when you're texting, when we're out and
hidden messages.
Yes. I think you're correct. I absolutely do.
If your significant other has it set up to where you see a little icon and message hidden, or just so-and-so sent a message, and doesn't show you what it sent, especially on Facebook, because it will show you what it sent on the screen. If they have it set up so that you can't read what was sent without unlocking the phone, that is a major red flag, because they want that conversation hidden. They don't want you to see it.
Okay. You know what could be a topic? Oh man, this would be good. Hold on, let me write this down.
I'm giving you too many topics to take and talk about right away.
This is absolutely fantastic. What could be a topic is I want to say
Red flags.
well, yeah, that's a whole thing. We can talk about red flags all day, but just cheating and signs. To be more specific, signs of cheating and all that stuff. That could be
How
good
to
topic.
determine if your significant other is cheating or just simply that's who they are. They're overprotective of everything because of a past history or something.
Okay. Okay. What I would say, I would just say look at behaviors, right? Like
It is.
like,
It all falls down to how that person acts and talks.
I feel you. Okay.
And you also have to take in prior history.
Yes. Chat, do you guys have any questions whatsoever about dating whatsoever? Right? Today's topic was, and I'll go back to it, rejection. We're talking about rejection. Is rejection good? Is rejection this? Is rejection that? Wait. I know we're going a little bit we're running a little bit longer than usual, but we're talking. The question was we're asking, is rejection important? All right?
Yes, it is.
So, what do you guys feel about rejection? Type in the chat right now. Is rejection good? Is rejection bad? How does rejection make you feel? I'm gonna let you guys know. Kat, I need to pee real quick. Give me 1 second.
Okay, just don't take your headset.
No, my headset's gonna stay right here. It's attached to the computer.
You've done that before.
I have 100%. I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back.
In other words, give him 5 minutes.
All right,
Hi,
check.
welcome back.
Thank you. All right, guys. So yes, we're coming down towards the end of the show, guys. These are the final thoughts. Do you guys have any questions? Anything? Kat, what are your final thoughts about today's show?
From what little I caught of it, it's pretty interesting.
Okay. Final thoughts on the topic about rejection.
Oh, rejection is 100% good.
Okay.
'Cause if you can't handle rejection, you're never going to handle somebody who accepts.
Okay. How do you handle rejection?
I'm like, okay.
I like that. How do you handle giving rejection?
I'd be like, I'm sorry, but I'm not interested.
Okay. You know what somebody taught me before? They said everything you say before but. No, everything you say after but negates everything you said before. It's like
Usually the way I say it is, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. Thank you. I keep it short, simple.
Yeah.
If I've known the person for a while, like if they ask me to go out or something, I'll be like, I'm sorry, but I can't.
Yeah. I feel you. Okay.
So,
Final
if you're going to
thoughts?
reject somebody, keep it short, keep it simple, keep it to the point.
Short, simple, straight to the point. Okay. Final thoughts on what's your definition of dating?
Definition of dating?
Yeah. What's your definition of dating?
Depends on which date.
No, just dating in general. Just in
You're
general.
getting to know somebody. You're going to find out if they're for you or not.
Okay.
Dating is a process very similar to marriage because if you can't make dating work, you're never going to make marriage work.
Dating is hard though.
It is.
So you're
It's
saying
harder
is
than marriage
Oh, okay.
because you don't know day to day what's going to happen with your date.
Yeah.
You don't know until you get there what's going to happen.
I got you.
You could show up for a date and the guy show up and go, I don't want to be with you. And then you're stuck sitting there looking kind of foolish because you got all dressed up for this guy. But it also teaches you a lesson on how to be patient.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
And it also teaches humility. Kitty, quit licking me.
Oh. What?
My cat's got my hand trapped licking it.
Okay.
He licks the salt off my skin. I have very salty skin.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're good. Okay.
Except it tickles.
Guys, real quick, I want to thank each and every single one of you guys for coming out for today's show. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna have another one tomorrow. It's gonna be in the afternoon. Most likely, I'm gonna do my best to be more consistent and have it around 7 p.m. in the nighttime. I want to thank all of you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the show. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to DM me. Send me any dating questions, any topic you feel like you want to talk about and share. We are here. I want to thank Kathy once again for coming onto the show. We appreciate it. Thank you all for your talks, your messages. Nilly, Kathy, Xavier, Christian, all of you guys, Alpha, Super 16, Volney, Arctic, everyone. Thank you, Gregor, the one and only. Thank you guys. Kat, have a fantastic night. Okay.
Hey, can I talk to you for a minute off air?
Yeah, for sure. Give me a second, okay?
Thanks.
All right. Everyone, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.